All right. Let's see the monthly. Big candle to the upside. Swept a lot of liquidity. Triple highs. Mitigated a zone. That has led to a lower low. You can see that. High, lower low. Now we're going to weekly. You can see the weekly fully bullish, right? And now we have this wick indecision, or actually rejection. Wick rejection, right? Cool. Where can potentially price retrace to? Potentially, from the weekly perspective. Is this a trend line right here? Okay. Is this a break test? They're just a high time frame narrative, right? You guys can see that or no?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, we see it.
Okay, so now when you go on a daily, we understand the daily is bullish. 100% daily is bullish. But now you can see, okay, wick rejection on um the weekly, right? You could see a monthly mitigation. Okay. Now when you mark your POIs on the daily, this is one of your POIs right here. Okay. And this is will be your extreme. And you can see boom boom as demand. And this is decisional. Okay. And this is your last push low that has led to the higher high bullish. Okay. So now we'll go drop down to H4. Now I want a question. I have a question. Do you guys think price is gonna react from here, make a higher high?
Maybe, but no, of the trend line.
So how you look at this, right? These areas can give you what? A higher high, 100%. It could go give a higher high. But just because the daily and the monthly, or the monthly and the weekly, I don't expect these areas to give me a higher high. You get what I'm saying? I expect them to give me a good couple days reaction. We come to an area, we keep selling. I'm not telling you do that. If you wanna buy, you buy. I'm just telling you what I see. Okay? So based on the monthly and the weekly, I see okay, we can have a bearish move to the downside, right? Sweep what? All of this trend line. All of this trend line. This is a break test right here. Price broke, test. There's still imbalance here. There's a lot of stuff, right? But just for the sake of this, and you guys just trade, lower time frame and stuff like that, this is your push. This is how you mark your push. Okay, from low to higher high. That's your dealing range on the daily. Okay, main push. Okay, that's the top, and that's boom, the bottom. Because we're catching a day. We're not catching a year. Okay, boom. That's daily dealing range, right? Now from low to high. Mark out from low to high. Get your fib out. Okay, where's 50%? We're not at 50%. All of the guys that were trying to buy. Okay, now what can I see? Is there anything to the left that I can see? Liquidity, right? Is there any liquidity here? Anybody know? Anybody see anything? Okay, let me show you. 'Cause I know you guys were stuck for a second. So this
Yeah, above that 50% we have breaking test.
right here, this is a medium key level, 500. Put a box, put a box around this. This area right here, I believe that is gonna get smoked. That level right there, I believe is what is gonna get smoked. So now, what can I see here? Okay, 50% lies down what? 1800 level. Where's the 1800 level? Right here. Okay, put a box around that. These two levels, I believe, is gonna get straight up wiped out. Okay, but you have to understand the trap has to trap somebody. It cannot just come and break like this. Okay, it cannot do that. It has to do what? It has to wick here, trap more people, maybe sweep liquidity, come back, take it out, wick here, wick here, wick here, wick here, fake breaker structure, sweep up more liquidity. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't just come take it out. It has to trap people. If it's a trap, right? If it's gonna react and make a higher high, it makes a higher high. But I'm not getting in unless price comes here or here on as far as the daily. But this is how you analyze, okay? This is your daily. Daily doesn't help us for today, right? Or tomorrow. It doesn't help us. So we drop down 4 hours. What's the 4 hours saying? This is the daily, 4 hours, okay? 1 hour. 1 hour structure. Where is the last 1 hour structure? Okay? Your dealing range. This is the low, and that's the high. Okay? H1 dealing range right here. Boom. Low and high. Okay? This is the low and that's the high. Once you understand that, now you have to, okay, we have a BOS to the downside. Okay? Boom, BOS to the downside. Now where is liquidity? Okay, now you turn bearish. On a M1, on a H1, you're bearish. You're not bullish anymore. Okay? So now, where's the ranges? Where's the ranges? Where can you potentially get in? You get what I'm saying? Where's your H1 push? From where to where? Anybody know?
Yeah, bro, those two green dots highlighted them.
Which ones?
You have already highlighted them.
Where?
No, the previous one, or you talking about recent one?
No. Now your trend on H1 is not bullish anymore. It's bearish from here to here. Where can you be your
Yeah,
POIs? Where is your POIs?
yeah, that whole complex pullback is a like H1 range.
Yeah,
Your
but
H1 main push is from the Friday London high, where it reacted from the Asia low.
this is your main push right here.
Yeah, but on the H1,
This is H1 right here. From high to low.
Yeah, that whole complex pullback is a dealing range, bullish dealing range H1.
Yeah, but I'm asking, where's your POIs? Where can you be your POIs?
Over 50%
Bro,
up, and you have trend lines, so you have to be cautious from there. Mm.
the last high
Okay.
in
Th
You
this is
make
turn is
it.
a
50%.
decisional.
This
Yeah.
I'm trying to show you like how to like try to frame, right? This line right here,
Yeah.
where's the 50%? From high to low, because now you see H1 is bearish, it's not bullish anymore. From high to low. Yeah? Where's 50%? Let's put a line. This is 50%. What's going on here?
And
Now, where can you trade from?
from the top and the after the break, when the breaks comes to, that will be the real zone.
Okay, so this is one, right? Right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you have a trend line, but it depends.
So where will be your next zone?
The last pullback, which is decisional, it has inducement as well,
Okay, this, right?
and it's demand to supply as well, I think.
This one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so now where's the liquidity?
Above it.
About it. So
above
you
a
have
trend
to,
line.
Okay, so
yeah, yeah, that high.
you have
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
trend
yeah,
line, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
What else you have?
Break and test,
Where?
and
Raise the POI.
yeah, the high, the last, the first high, and the second low. Then you
Okay,
have the break there,
so this is the first high. This is the
and the
first low.
second, and then yeah, and then you have the liquidity upside up there
Yeah,
for
but
the first.
exactly where? Do you know?
bro, the high of
Yeah,
decisional, that
The high of the
the
decisional.
last one.
This
Yeah, the
above this
Yes.
last
high?
one.
Yes.
You saying
Yeah,
that is
that
a
one, that
test?
one. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so now if you say this is a test, should you be trading from there?
No.
no,
Okay, so
No.
I'm just showing you where's the liquidity. We're not even talking about anything else. We're just looking at liquidity, right? So
Yes.
if you say
Yeah,
that is liquidity right there, you wouldn't be trading from that, right?
no.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so now what else? What else is there?
Equal highs.
Okay, equal highs.
Yes.
Beautiful. What else is there?
New York high.
Okay, now look. This 500 area, which lies down with this, right? Let's put a mark in there. The 500 area. Where's the 500? Okay. Let's put a box around here. Is that a support resistance area or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so now you guys kind of see the liquidity, right? So now if
Yeah.
price comes below this area into here, whatever, breaks this, whatever, right? Whatever it does, or react off here and does not break it. You could see a retracement to where? Above here. Above this
Hmm.
area,
Yeah.
potentially then try to sell it, right? So now I understand this
Yeah.
area can give me a reaction, but for me is a smart money trap. So this is a smart money trap. But I understand it can go where? It could go boom, 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 fake out, take all of this, comes down, or it could go here, then come down, one of them areas, right? So now when I wake up tomorrow, I'm not gonna try to sell it here. I'm not gonna look M15. Okay, let me sell it here. Because you just identified the liquidity, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we'll move down 30 minutes. Okay, what's going on in the 30 minutes? What's going on in this time frame? Where's your main push?
Bro, M30.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last bearish is that one, the one we were marking decisional from that one to low. No,
From
that's
here?
no. Above.
From where? Here?
The middle of trend line. Yeah, left.
Here? Here?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one.
That one? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if this is your push, right? Which led to this breaker structure. Okay. Now let's delete all of this. Let's make it cleaner. Okay. If this is your dealing range, even though, remember, even though this is an inducement right here,
Hmm.
this is an inducement, right? Right here. Okay. Now look,
Yeah.
and this area is an inducement. And this area is an inducement. Now validate your POI. How do you validate POIs?
Inducement, breakout structure, and no any important liquidity above nearby.
Okay, so
Or
where will
decision
be
or extreme.
so where will be your POI?
The top one.
Which one? Here?
The
The middle one.
one in the middle.
Here?
Yeah,
Yeah. No,
Why
above
why
left.
why is that one?
because he led to something. Yeah, he breaks through some of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, but all of
it
them
has
led to
imbalance as
something.
well.
You
Bro,
cannot
the
say this
extreme
led
one
to
is already
something because
mitigated.
this one led to this, broke that. That one led to this, broke that. That one led to this, broke that. That one led to this overall thing that broke that.
Bro, the extreme one is already mitigated, and the middle one has imbalance as well, and doesn't have any important liquidity above. So I think so.
Okay,
The
so
middle one
now
is.
you see dropping down in time frame does not help you, right?
Hmm.
No, you still
So
have a trend line liquidity. So
exactly, you got it. So
Ooh.
dropping down in time frame and doing this, it does not help you if you don't know, okay, where's the liquidity? We understand all of these are inducements, but this is still a trend line. Okay,
yeah,
boom.
they can be early
This
buyer. You can be
this
early
is
there.
exactly. This is still equal highs. You see what I'm saying? When you confuse
Yeah.
yourself, when you drop down in time frame and start doing this. When you start doing this. When you start doing this, you just get smoked after. When you start marking structure like this, without understanding what is going on, where's the liquidity, right? If price now starts reacting here, I'm gonna trade bullish. Reaction, SMT reaction. I'm gonna trade bullish, okay? This area, I don't expect it to hold. Okay, if it gives a reaction, I'll find confirmation, buy. Okay, once we come to these areas here or here, I'm not buying. I'm not expecting a high high. I'm looking for sells. Why? Because we had
Hmm.
H1 BOS to the downside. You get what I mean?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
going M15 marking stuff like this, it's just a waste of time. If you don't understand what's the high time frame is trying to tell you. That's just a waste of time. And you
Hmm.
do, okay, this is my main push. Now price comes here. This is potentially extreme. And now you get smoked. Okay, this is
Yeah,
one
bro. Got it.
scenario.
Makes sense.
This is one scenario, right? You see, like once I removed the equal highs, the trend line, everybody forgot about the trend line, equal highs, everybody forgot about them, right?
Yeah.
But this right here, this is equal highs right here. That is equal highs. You want to go in any different time frame, you will see it. This right here, that's equal highs right here.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a trend line. Okay, support resistance. See where are the traps? One trap. Okay, two traps, three traps. Liquidity is all over this area right here, which lies down what? H1 50%. So from high to low, high to low, all within what? 50%, which screams to you what? Trap area. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
Yes.
So now, what would you do from here? Where would you trade from?
The extreme one.
Okay, that's good. Right here. That's potential. Yep. Where else?
From the last
We
leg
can.
to get the first main push of these 5 minutes, and we have reaction from it, from this key level there. Have
From here?
reaction to buy it up, yes.
Okay, so but you're bearish now on H1. So are you trading
Oh,
still bullish or are
you
you
mean for
bearish?
bearish? No, I pay for bullish.
Bro, from low to high, how many pips are those?
234 pips.
Yeah, then I think so. The internal supply, so because of liquidity resting there, all are potential SMT. So we can look for SMT continuation trade up to extreme in our
From
time
here?
zone, like reaction and then
So
inducement and then go up.
so do you think price is gonna retrace all the way here, then come back all the way down there?
Maybe, but if it depends how price is moving, I think.
Okay, now
But
go
at
back
least
to the
not
daily.
like you said.
Look, now go back to the daily. Daily close, fully bearish, right? Fully bearish, right? This is the retracement right here. This will be the imbalance, right, of the daily. Now let's go back to H1. Now where can we go? This is the imbalance of the daily right here.
Hmm.
I'm just trying to get your brain working.
Yeah, bro. The scenario
Yeah,
changes
after
as well.
trend line,
How
after
Asia. Yeah. Sorry, you go on.
no, no problem. The liquidity up, yeah, after the what they call the trend line liquidity, and then you have a lot of liquidity you have to take out. So you trade up, you take out the liquidity, and then it key time window, see if you get like a reversal down.
Okay, but my question is where would you trade up from? Here?
No, it depends. No, up after you break that one.
Okay, say you take this down. This is age low, right?
Yeah, and yeah,
This is age low. Say you take that and you start trading up. Where would you go?
1 into 3.
No, I'm asking seriously. I'm trying to get you to see daily perspective and combine it with everything to try to understand where price could go, potentially go.
If price can go, the first leg, the up leg, and then go
Okay.
down again and go up again. So you never know.
Okay, so
Yeah,
it could go
possibly
here, right?
price respect the trend
Yeah,
line.
you can go there and then go down and then crush it, that one. So you never know. It depends.
But I
Okay,
think that would need an
my thing
inducement.
of this, right, is you never know, right? Which is
Yeah.
true. You never know. But do you want to trade from this, knowing that there's a trend
No,
line here?
no,
No,
no.
above it.
Yeah,
1, 2, 3. Now
yeah,
extend the
above
slide,
it.
extend this all the way up here, right? How many
Yeah.
taps on this?
You're buying.
1,
Yeah,
2,
it's too
3,
much.
At least 4.
4 taps.
Okay, but you're bearish. H1 is bearish, right? My thing
Yeah.
now is this
Yeah.
a good zone to sell from?
No.
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 So you shouldn't be waking up and selling it from here, right? Even if
No.
price
Yeah.
goes from here, even if it goes, that's not your trade.
No.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying now?
Yes.
Yeah, bro.
Because just because of this, the equal highs, and now you have better zones above, 50% break test, right? All of this that's going on here within the 50%. If price comes here, mitigates and goes, that's not your trade. You leave it alone.
No. Yeah.
Mm.
But you see how everybody every day want to trade, right? Everybody every day wakes up want to trade.
Yeah.
See tomorrow price here mitigate. Yep, we are extreme. Let's sell down. Even though with this liquidity, right?
Bro, if a trend line has like 4 touches and 2 touches are like swept, so would you consider it as taken?
Yeah. So
So
for me
we can sell
personally,
from
to
the
sell this,
yeah.
okay, for me personally, if we are reacting from here, I want to see fake out here. Okay? That is not my trade
Yeah.
from here. I want to see an inducement, at least here, at least. Potentially these equal highs as well. But if it's not taken, I don't care
Yeah.
about it. But at least this, and potentially that. From here, I'm selling it down.
Yeah. Makes sense, bro.
Even though there is a breaking test above.
Where is breaking test?
This one above.
This?
Yeah,
What did you break?
this one. Okay, no. Okay. I see now.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so
That
now,
zone
Yeah,
looks
no.
good.
Okay.
so
I
now
thought it
let's
was
drop
back
down
test again.
Oh,
M15.
50%.
So now drop M15. Okay? Let's see what's going on here. Okay, M15, this is your last range. Right? This is the high that led to the low. M15, right? M15.
Yeah.
And now if you say that is a H1 trap and you want an inducement high, where can you potentially go? You can see this is equal highs. No questions asked. That's equal highs, right?
Yeah.
So where can you potentially go?
Up to the line, the middle red line.
This? This?
Yeah. Above.
You induce that one and the other one. Then you can
Okay, you
trade
want to
down.
induce these two. Do you want to trade from
Yeah.
here?
Yeah, it depends. Yeah.
Why
These
not from
last
this
two
one?
internal highs are taken. Bro, like you said,
If the
how
price has
daily candle
took
dropped.
out, if the price takes out a lot of
And the
liquidity, you can trade down a little bit and then I'll go up. But it's not, you don't, I don't think it would be make a low, but it can go up again.
Bro, if price
Yasin,
goes up,
Yo,
the supply you marked now, that's Asia high. Have that something to do with the, like, if it's same day, of course it's a trap, but can we anticipate is they have to be induced? Oh no, it's not. No, it's not the middle one. Yeah. Okay, so that can be valid, yeah. The next one was Asia high, Safib.
yeah, the middle one with equal highs, that's the Asia high.
That one, yes.
Yasin, you're muted, bro.
okay, so what I'm saying is this area, right? This is the last high that led to this low. And price here, bang, bam, bam, bam. Four touches down, induce high, broke low. This becomes a test, and now price is pushing lower, right? So you could see this whole area is also what? A trap, right? Now, all you have to do is wake up and see what your session is doing, right? Even though, even though, just notice what we just talked about, right? Even though this is what you want, right? This is what you want. And potentially you want to trade from this area. And potentially you want to trade from this area, right? This area could give you the move. And price can never come back to these. See how even though we talked about liquidity just now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
this is the area that potentially gonna give you the move. You know why?
Why?
Because price in a complex
Leave
pullback.
the liquidity for.
Price is in a
Hmm.
this is not a main push. This is complex pullback
Yeah.
into you in a complex pullback. Complex pullback, what does it do? It generate liquidity. Okay, boom, boom, boom. It will leave equal highs. Will come back with a trend line, and you will see price induce one, react from some stupid place here, and it will still keep going down. Once you reach the higher time frame main push, all of that becomes liquidity, and price moves fast.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so don't expect price to do this in a complex pullback. Okay, make equal highs, then come back all the way up here, react from this extreme, then price does this, right? And comes here and now sweep it again. That does not happen in a complex pullback. Complex pullback creates liquidity, makes liquidity, and it goes. Okay? Now you just have to be careful. Okay, sometimes, okay, here's the trap. Maybe you want to sweep off that, but don't expect all the way extreme areas for price to come mitigate. Okay? Let me show you an example.
Hmm.
So make it easier for you. Okay? Let's see an example. Let's go H1. Go 4 hours. Okay, let's look left.
Yeah, the previous compressed pullback. The crazy trend line was there.
You know, a lot of people
Yeah,
a
that
lot of
one.
people don't back test, which is a problem, but I just want to show you something, right? You understand market is bullish, right? Now let's go H1 and kill this. And that's what I tell you by back test. Okay? Let's see now H1 structure. Okay? This is the last low. We in H1 time frame, right? This is the last low that has made this higher high. Price did what? Price broke structure to the downside, right?
Yeah.
Price broke structure to the downside. Okay? Look what happens now. Where price reacts from. Decisional area, right? What does it leave? Equal highs above.
Trend.
Okay? Look what happens now.
Yeah.
And when price is coming down, look what does it do? Break, test, liquidity point. This break test. And you can see here how many times price here reacted. How many times this area price reacted from this area? You see it?
Well,
Does it come back there? No, it leaves it alone. Okay?
No.
And what is it doing? Building
liquidity.
liquidity. When you hear, what are you doing? Most people here. Let's buy sweep all of that, right? What does price do?
Respect trend line and go back.
Now look what price does. It takes this low, right? Look. High, low, test, and it push
Yeah, break.
higher. Comes back and takes this level out. Only. And it keeps going lower. You see how these areas never come back here? That doesn't get mitigated. That doesn't get mitigated. You see how it leaves just liquidity? The inducements and a complex pullback, don't expect this. Price to come here now, sweep all of that. 200 pips to the upside just to give you a trade to the downside. Or don't expect the smart money trap area to give you, okay, now we're here. Now let's trade it down. That doesn't happen on a complex pullback. But you have to backtest the complex pullback to understand this doesn't happen.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So, bro, we can still trade the POI which has liquidity above in complex pullback.
I am.
The liquidity which is aligned with the overall complex pullback, not the individual POI one.
I am.
So if it is aligned like that trend line.
So you see this? If price is here in my zone and I find a trade, I don't care. I'm trading it.
Because you already have 2 legs of 15 minutes and now you get 2 legs of 1 hour. So you're still trading down.
This is the decisional that led to that break of structure. Okay. I have a liquidity level right before me, which is this breaking test. If price comes here, my key time window, I am selling that. I am selling that 100%. Okay? Why? Okay? This area is a smart money trap. If it gives a reaction like this, induce that, 50%, break test inducement. Before my mitigation, I have what? Inducement, imbalance, liquidity, right? Especially now if it comes back slow with the trend line or something. Okay? Now, if I go to the daily and mark this imbalance, which it does not have to respect, but I'm just saying price could just come back, fill it this week or a couple days. If you just mark this line and now go back to M15, what does this line come with? I think we was in H1. Where's that line with? That line?
50%.
You see? If price comes here,
Hmm.
I am selling it. Even though you see trend line, equal highs, this is a complex pullback. I don't care about none of those.
Got it, bro.
I'm aware of it. You get what I'm saying? You have to be aware of it. But don't cancel your
Yeah.
trade because you see this. Okay? If this is a daily
Yes.
now zone, if this is a daily demand zone, okay? If this is on a daily and you're saying this is a smart money trap, okay, now you can expect, okay, all of that may be swept and price comes here before it gives you the fast move to the downside. You get what I mean?
Yeah,
If it
bro.
doesn't make sense, just stop me because this makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, it makes sense, bro. It makes
Okay,
sense.
making sense.
Complex
Makes sense.
pullback, and yeah,
You get what
you
I'm
have to
saying?
leave.
Most people gonna wait for this to get swept. They're gonna wait for
Mm.
the trend line to get swept. Not understanding. This is an inducement. This is an inducement. That's an inducement. This is an inducement. Domino, yeah?
Hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? I'm not saying this area is gonna respect, but I'm saying if I find my trade here, I'm gonna take it. If I find my trade from here, I'm gonna take it. If I find my trade here, anywhere in this box. Anywhere here you could trade. Anywhere here.
Yassine,
Yo,
bro, let's say price comes to that supply. Which confirmations would you be looking for to sell it from there?
my daily cycle. What is Asia doing? Where's London opening? Where's price reacting from? You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Do I get a trap right before my zone? All of those stuff matters.
Yeah.
These are the zones that I would love to trade from. These zones. These right here. That I would love to trade from. This and I love this one. These are three I love. I love to trade from. These just liquidity I want to mark. Just to see if price, what is it giving me? Okay? Now you have to understand. If price takes this low before coming up there, that could be what? That could be move bullish. You could be trading bullish. If price takes this low before coming back up, you could be trading all of this. Once price comes to these areas, you quit. You leave it. Now you try to turn bearish. You don't keep trading bullish.
So, bro, what if after taking them, inducing them, like price comes back with a liquidity and very low momentum?
What do you
Do we
mean?
still skip these areas? Means price induced that SMT, the one you're saying if induced, then forget about the supplies. So if, suppose Asia opens and induce that SMT and goes up with a very low momentum and building liquidity.
That, to be honest, I don't care. Asia could do whatever. So if Asia comes today and does and it does this, right? Now price is what?
Yeah.
Is bullish, right? Price is bullish.
Hmm.
Okay? This area
Yeah.
now could be a trap. You could wait for a medium inducement, equal highs, come here, boom. Sell it down.
I got it. I got it.
That's the thing. You guys don't understand daily cycle. Daily cycle, yeah? What is the daily cycle? Okay? Build up,
Yeah.
inducement. In a form of medium inducement, something. Mitigation. You have to mitigate something. Okay? Now, okay. Now let's sell it. Okay? This, you're targeting this. You're targeting that, right? So trading this
Hmm.
is less probable than trading that in a bearish market now. Because price is bearish. It's not bullish anymore. On the H1, I'm talking about intraday, not high time frame. High time frame is bullish. But as far as intraday,
Yeah.
you trying to catch this, and this is, for example, this is Asia. You trying to catch a 50% here is not worth the trouble. You trying to trade that in London is not worth the trouble. Okay?
Mhm.
Now, what did we say? Medium inducement, reversal, no medium inducement, continuation, right? If price is coming up and you do not have a medium inducement to the left, okay? Should you be selling it?
No.
This is the daily cycle, yeah? This is Asia, right?
Yeah.
Asia is building up
Yeah, you
liquidity.
should sell it.
Huh?
Yeah, you should sell it, right?
Why?
Because it's building up liquidity,
Yeah, but what?
mitigate the yeah.
Okay, so this is the last high that made a low, right? High that made a low, right?
Yeah.
What did we say? What's the daily cycle, right? Build up, right? In
Miti-
Asia,
yeah.
inducement,
Induce. Yeah.
reversal. No inducement, you continue,
Continue.
right? So if
Yeah.
price comes mitigate off here
Yeah.
and does something like this, and now wants to go bullish, this is not your trade. Don't trade this area because this is less probable. You wait for that inducement because price is bearish, yeah? Price is bearish. Okay? And now you have a build up, inducement, mitigation in a valid zone, you sell that down. Okay? So now look, structure cycle, yeah? Structure cycle, high, low, bearish market, right? Look, break, test, liquidity, medium inducement, build up in Asia, right? So what is the structure cycle, right? Main push, complex pullback, efficiency of pullback, liquidity cycle, build up, inducement, mitigation, daily cycle,
Mitigation.
build up in Asia, okay?
Manipulation.
No inducement in London, continuation in London, okay? New York now, open on a medium inducement. That's my reversal. I hope that's making sense. I know I'm talking
It's a lot
gibberish.
of sense,
Yeah,
bro.
bro. Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
no, it makes sense, bro.
Yeah, bro. Completely.
You understand what I'm saying now?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Got it,
Yes,
bro.
bro. Yes.
So this is just to help you guys understand where price go, where how it's gonna react, where it can react. I know this is a trend line, yes, 100%. This is a trend line, yes, okay. But you have to understand price and a complex pullback. I'm not saying it's not gonna take it. I'm saying that it's unlikely to take it. Okay,
Mhm.
so if you're expecting from here, price could go all the way up here to 250 pips, then give you a trade all the way down. That's unlikely to happen, especially in a complex pullback.
Yes.
Where would you be setting limits? Where are you gonna set limits from? One guy
Nowhere.
asked, "How come you don't set limits? Where would you be setting limits from?" Give me a zone. I'll put a limit. Give me a zone. Let's see. Any idea? These areas is not limits. You can't set limits here.
Yeah. That zone is filled with liquidity, so we don't know
This is
where to put
just,
limit.
and that's what I tell you. Like if you're not good at reading this, you shouldn't be trading it. So this all of this is complex pullback.
Yeah.
Even though price is bearish now, all of this is complex pullback. If you're not good at reading that, maybe you shouldn't be trading it. Wait for price to come potentially to one of these zones, then trade bullish.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying? So now if price takes these lows here, right? Let me close that. So if price, for example, yeah, takes these lows, okay, never comes back to here, comes up, I still have position. Maybe not from here, maybe it could be from this area or this area. Why? This is gonna trap more people to think, okay, now we're bullish.
Hmm.
Okay, this is efficiency or pullback, one of these two areas, one of these two. So price doesn't mitigate this. That's why you mark the whole zone. Yeah, this is the last
Yeah.
selling before the buying happen. Yeah, all of these areas, there's trapped orders. When price comes back, it's not gonna come back here and go. Price come back, close positions, then go.
Mm.
So you understand now, okay, this area is what? How many pips is this? This is 77 pips. There's no reason price should be going bullish from here. You get what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, so we should still be looking for sales.
You get it. And this is how you align your day. You don't wake up and go to M15 and be like this. You know, this is the last high that led to a lower low. Okay, this is a smart money trap. Okay, price is here and we're still in Asia and no inducement and price is mitigating this. Okay, I'm selling this. That doesn't work like that. Okay? Because if this box is still in Asia and you here, okay, London opening here, that's not your trade. You want a medium inducement because price now is bullish. Price is trending bullish. If price is trending bullish, you need a medium inducement. Okay, maybe not trade it, maybe don't trade it from here because these equal highs. Price mitigate this order block right here. Boom, you sell it down. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
Yes, yes.
So that's how that works.
Yeah, bro. You already taught us about the compressible pack, but this time, alhamdulillah, it's very detailed.
I usually set limits once I have my low time frame confirmation, but this is general question. Is setting limits good or bad? No, bro. I mean, it's time to set a limit. There is time to market execute. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, this trade here. This trade right here that happened in London. Okay, now look at this, yeah? Daily cycle, for example, yeah? Daily cycle. What is the daily cycle here? I'll show you the trade from a limit in a second. Let me just go over this quick. Where was the daily cycle for this Asia session?
So Asia is built up,
Build up.
Asia is not a
then
buildup.
London is
There's
built.
no
Asia's
buildup in
main
Asia.
push.
Asia's main push.
Ah, okay.
This is a high that led to this low. This is equal highs. I understand. But you wake up and you see, okay, Asia pushed 80 pips. Do you think 80 pips is gonna come back, take it out?
No.
No.
Okay. So now you reason with yourself. Where is this price reacting
Yeah.
from? Okay, it's reacting from where? This area. What is this area? Oh, okay. Let's see. What's this area?
Major kilo.
Okay. This is a major liquidity zone that I said is gonna get swept. It's a trap area. Okay. So this is a major what? Major resistance support level. So this is not an inducement here. That is nothing. That is
Yeah.
nothing for you to trade. Okay, now, okay. What's happening? What's happening here, right? Price moves low and creates what? Trend line, right? So now you main push from where? High to low. High to low. 50%. 50% is here. Okay? Now look. Break, test area. We traded that
Hmm.
London, right? Because that is our London setup. Asia low SMT,
Yeah.
right? We got 50% of Asia, and we traded that. That did not get taken out, but if you close 1 to 3 or 1 to 3 partial, perfect. Okay? Now, in New York,
Yeah.
you shouldn't be looking to buy. You shouldn't be looking to buy, especially after this inducement here in a bearish market.
Yes.
Why? Because no medium inducement. You look for what? Continuation. Continue what? Price is bearish. Boom, boom. Price is bearish. Complex pullback. Complex pullback. Yeah? Okay. Efficiency of pullback. We're above 50%. Okay? Inducement. Break test. Inducement. London high. Okay? What do you expect? Continuation.
Yeah.
This is still smart money trap. What has this led to? This low here has not led to nothing. Right? Trap.
Yeah.
Trap area. And you continue. Look, this is all of this is a trend line. Okay, but now say, okay, you here and this is your New York. In New York open, okay, medium inducement. Okay. Maybe this could be a trade. Into where? Into these areas. Then you cut your price here. You don't go look for a high. And I know a lot of people don't follow that. Medium inducement, you look for a reversal. No, medium inducement, you look for continuation. Most people looking left. Oh, what's continuation? Okay, I'm gonna continue bullish because price here broke structure. Because everybody's marking what? Marking this. High, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low. Okay, we have a change of character. Okay, price broke structure. Yep, this is my zone. I'm buying from here. That's how everybody marks structure. And that's how you just get smoked. Because you don't understand the narrative, high time frame narrative, your context, your high time frame context. We just talked about this. So now, when you understand, okay, even this, right? Even this right here. If you were buying here in London, for whatever reason you look to buy, right? Once this high gets taken out right here, break test, you should be closing this. And this is the less probable move because this is 100% SMT.
SMT.
Because high, low, low, failed to go anywhere. And we're here. Okay? Why? The reason why I said I would trade from this area, because this area reacted off an SMT, induced high, broke low. After the break, I have a trap in between here. I have a trap and liquidity. So if price comes back, we'll build up and I'll find an inducement on M15 or this break test inducement or this liquidity on the we just talked about. I will look to sell it from here because these zones are very good right here. I know it's gibberish, but this is how you have to reprice. If you marking your price like this, that's just a waste of time. You only mark that if you execute it. You only mark that if you execute it. Okay? What I do is, okay, this is the high, this is the low. Okay, where's liquidity? This is one push. Yeah, one push. Price here from here to here, that's another push. Okay, from there to here, that's a third push. Okay, from here to here, that's one push. From here to there, that's another push. That's how I mark my price. That's okay. Now if you put high to low, You understand this is not a break of structure to the upside. This is just a retracement because now you bearish. Okay, 50%. What lies down with the 50%? Okay, this area of support, right? Okay, let's mark this out. What is this area? Is the support level. Yeah, boom. Support. Price here, support. Look, boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 right? Breaks become what? Resistance. Boom, 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 boom. Resistance, right? So now let's see here. Okay, look, break turns resistance. So put a line here. Okay, let me delete all of this. I'll remark it some other day. Okay, so now this is support, right? Price here being supported. Boom, boom, boom. Goes up. Support. Goes up. Support. Support. Boom. Broke. Resistance. Resistance. And comes back all the way around. Resistance. All in this line. Okay? So now watch price. Broke again to the high. People what is using it? Support. Support. Induce high. Okay? Look. Comes give you a reaction of the support. There's more liquidity. Induce one more time. Okay? Now look. Bearish. Why? Because you induce all this liquidity here. And if you look high to low, you're saying at a premium zone. And this is how you reprice. I know this is advanced. I know it's hard. But if you just mark price like this on M15, you will see this change of character. You had your breaker structure. And you start marking zones like this. And all of these are smart money trap because price is bearish. High, low, efficiency of pullback. We're going to make a lower low. None of these will hold. Smart money trap here. Smart money trap here. Okay. And price just reaction. Reaction. Induce high, a level. It does not have to go induce the whole thing. Breaks. Boom. This is another trap. Trap more people here. Induce high. Comes here. Reaction. Fake out. Breaks. And that's how price moves. And it's, the only way it's going to become easier for you to read if you backtest it. If you don't backtest this, is hard for you to read. It's going to be always hard to read unless you backtest it. And when I say people backtest, no, I like forward testing. I like, okay, bro. Whatever you want to do, man, it's not going to affect me. I promise you. Whatever you want to do, I'm just advising. You know, after that, whatever you want to back test, you want to forward test, you want to trade sideways, you want to trade outside window, you don't want to trade. None of that is gonna affect me. I'm just being honest. So when I tell you, okay, you daily cycle, yeah. Usually, you want to see age as a buildup, okay? And look at your overall trend on H1 on M15. Look where you're mitigating. Are you mitigating a H4 level? Where are you next to? Are you sitting at a high? Are you sitting at a low? Are you sitting in the middle of price? Where are you sitting? Right? Because I can't give you just one solution because every day is different. One day you're sitting at a high. Couple more days you're sitting at a low. Couple more days you in the middle of price, right? So every day read is different. There's not just one sauce where like, okay, this is what you do every single day, right? But this is literally what you do every single day. You look, okay, Asia is built up. Where's the traps? Okay, traps here, traps there. What? Okay. So now price is moving bullish. If I want to reverse this, there's two things. It's either I'm coming back to extreme and it cannot be decisional. So say, for example, the push is like this, right? And this is Asia. If I want to reverse this with no medium inducement, either price comes back to extreme level, which is less probable, but you could trade this. If price comes back to extreme and just sweeps Asia high into an extreme, you could potentially trade this. That's the times where okay, Asia high inducement is not a SMT and stuff like that. which most of the days doesn't happen, but when it does happen, this works. But okay, so price stays coming like this, right? And say you found liquidity here, whatever it is, equal highs, you had the trend line, you had whatever, right? So you had, okay, Asia is building up liquidity. You had an inducement of this trend line. In this instance, when it mitigates a extreme, it does not have to be a medium inducement. If this area is not an extreme level, so if you look at your push, main push, right? Say you main push from here to here, this will not be an extreme, right? Your extreme will be higher than that. So if this is not an extreme, you wait for that medium inducement. If this is extreme, from here potentially you could find a setup. Okay, then you have, okay, build up here. You had, say, equal highs or a trend line here, inducement, mitigation, time. Time window is the important thing. Time window. Then you look for a trade. No time window, you don't look for that trade. Okay, then. Okay, this is one scenario. Second scenario, right? Price is bearish here. Okay, boom, boom. And now age opens up here, right? And this is your extreme. And you have no medium inducement to the left. And price start doing this. And Asia. And now we're here, right? Time window is here. Okay? You have your Asia buildup. This is your Asia buildup. You have to wait for this medium inducement. This does not get taken out. You don't trade. But if you want to trade, trade it. I'm just showing you what I do and what works for me. Unless you go back test it, maybe I could be just lying to you. You would not know. So you have to go back test this stuff. So me personally, okay, this is Asia, right? This is Asia. Asia's trending bullish. Bullish. High, low, high, 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 low, high, 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 low, high, 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 low, high, high. Okay. Now I can see maybe here equal lows. Maybe this is a support resistance level. Who cares? It's a buildup. There's liquidity here. Plus an Asia low, plus some bearish. Okay? Okay, now I cannot try freestyle something from here. I need that taken out. I need this medium inducement. Okay, now say London does not give me the medium inducement and mitigates here. This is not my trade. Okay, now New York comes. Boom, medium inducement. Okay, time window, medium inducement, build up. All of this stuff. Okay, that's a smart money trap. Here, maybe I won't trade it right away from here. Just wait for price. Comes here. Boom, inducement high. Okay, find confirmation. Boom. Take it from here all the way down here. Sweep all of that out. And that's how I trade them. But there is
Got it, bro.
million variations of the daily cycle. Daily cycle happens every
Yeah.
day, and there's so many. But you just have to go back test it because if I just supply you with the information, it's easy.
Yeah, see my bro.
Yes, my bro.
How you doing, man?
Alhamdulillah, man. How you doing?
Bro, I'm blessed, man. Getting these gems from you, man. I really appreciate it.
No worries, my guy. No worries.
Bro, quick question regarding a trade you took on Tuesday, New York session. You know, remember the book wick out in EU?
We're at from Tuesday, you said, yeah?
Thursday, New York session, where price
Thursday.
came and it took your pip out. It took your zone out by a pip, and then it just started tanking down.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that trade.
I know what you're talking about. This trade right here.
Yeah. So
This right
I
here.
remember.
That
Yes,
that
sir.
right there.
Yep. I remember when you were in the call, you were saying how this trade you will take it 10 times out of 10
Yep.
if you see the setup. So
Yep.
what about this trade made you so confident to take the sells
Okay,
or
let
like
me
similar setups to this?
let me show you. We'll go on H1, right? What is H1, yeah? What is H1?
Bearish. We had a major inducement as well.
Well, major inducement, but we're still not bearish, right?
Yeah.
Where is this area?
major key level.
which
And
which equals to what? Liquidity, right?
yeah,
Okay. So if I understand, this is here. Okay. If I understand, this is here. And if I want to buy, I want to be buying from here. Okay. Now, what can I see? Okay. I cannot see anything on H1. I have to drop down time frame. Okay, let's drop down time frame. Okay. There's nothing here to see on 30 minutes. Absolutely nothing. Okay, let me drop down M15. Okay, now M15, what is going on here? Okay. Major inducement to the upside, right? Now, this one you see, okay, last low, that made a high. Price here, what? What does it do? Breaks that structure to the downside. Okay,
yeah,
what do we have? Break, test, price push lower. Okay, break, test. Lovely stuff here. Okay, where does price come? Price comes back here. Induce this level, which is a what? A medium inducement on M15, right?
yeah.
Okay, so now, all right. I'm bearish on M15, okay? And I have what? I have from high, right? One leg to the downside, price retrace, give you another leg. Now bearish. I establish what? Complex pullback. Am I reaching efficiency of pullback for me to be like, okay, this is invalidated? No, I'm reaching a trap zone.
Yeah.
I'm reaching a trap. This is nothing. This is not a zone. There's nothing here that tells you it's a zone. This is just a trap area. Okay, okay. If I'm reaching a trap area, I'm not reaching efficiency of pullback. I'm not looking for buys. I'm looking for sells. And sells only. Why? No efficiency of pullback. Trap. Then now what? Okay, next day. What do I see? Okay. Next day, I see what? Medium inducement. Okay? Medium inducement. All right. So now let's see here. What has this medium inducement led to? Yeah? Let's see. Let's go M5 and read this. How is this any relevant, this zone? Is this zone relevant?
No,
Why not?
it's Asian low, so it's a smart money trap. It didn't lead to a high also.
Okay, it hasn't led to a high. Beautiful.
Yeah.
And now you look left. You have to look left. Yeah? This is the high that has led to this low. Okay? From high to low. High to low.
I think it was
Where are you? Clear 50%, right?
Yeah.
You had a trap, you had a medium inducement, right? From high to low. Because you cannot say H1, this is two legs. This is just one push. From high to low on H1, right?
Yeah.
So you clear 50%. There's a trap, medium inducement. Okay, cool. So we reach what? Premium zones on H1. Okay. I'll go back to M5. So if I reach premium zone and I'm bearish, what does this or that area hold any relevance? It doesn't, right?
Yeah.
And what did we say? Medium inducement, reversal, no medium inducement, continuation. Okay. Medium inducement happened outside time window. What do we say? Two legs on M5, right? Boom.
Yeah.
One leg. Two legs. Can you trade it from here? 1 to 3? Yes, right?
Yeah, but it didn't come back during the.
No. Just understand. I traded this in London. 1
Yeah.
to 3. Okay? Now, if you go on M1, you gotta find a trade from here to here, 1 to 3. Okay? So now let's drop down, say 33 minutes. Just to understand, okay? What can we see? Break, test, price push low, induce. So this is the last inducement that has led to what? That has led to this break of structure right here. What can you see after the break? Break, test, and price is here now. So, okay, boom. Break, test, and it's reacting to a what? a decisional zone, which is this, right?
Yeah.
And price induced that decisional zone into this mitigation, right? Look, you had these right here, whatever, equal highs, whatever it was, to mitigate the zone, right? And I seen this. Okay, if price is bearish, and this is the high that has led to this overall low, right? And now put my FIB from high to low, right? 50% lies down what? The trap, right? That cleared. This break test trap right here, 50%. That is cleared off, right? And I'll find an inducement. Okay, where's the inducement? This is the inducement, right? And now I have build up, inducement, mitigation, right? And I'm looking for what? A lower low, right? I think the only thing that burned me in this, that this happened before time window, and maybe I should have waited for it to happen in time window.
What, the inducement?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
I think maybe that's the only thing that burned me. Other than
Yeah.
that, I don't see any reason why this did not hold. Okay,
Because,
so
because we got also got diversion with GU and it filled the imbalance.
yeah, I mean this is like a rare scenario, but I'm telling you every time I see the same setup here, I'll take it. So the only thing that maybe I could say is price, just didn't induce in my time window, and I was taking outside time. Maybe that's the only reason I could say. But once I seen this inducement, okay, a lot of times this will not happen. A lot of times price will never come back to here, and this will be a smart money trap. Trapping more buyers in, and it will
Yeah.
give a reaction, mitigate, and melt.
So am I right in saying that he was confident in this trade because we was in the pullback phase, we got inducement as well, no
Yeah,
medium
I mean,
inducement.
the only really reason I was confident, okay, you had this trap right here, right? Price is bearish. This is an inducement area, right? And you had an inducement into a mitigation, coming back to a supply before going back to a demand, and price now is pushing with momentum. I was confident, and that's why I covered this high.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's unlucky.
Yeah, no, it's a really good trade, bro. I just wanted to pick your brain in it, so because next time when it happens, so I know, these like complex pullbacks, even though they give you a lot of trades and like they come give you a retracement, they're a bit harder than reversals, if that makes sense.
Yeah, man, that's for
Ultra and
sure.
trade as well.
You just have to see market intention, bro. Market intention.
Yeah,
Like, that's the other thing. If you don't see the trap, you become the trap.
yeah, that's true.
Like if I did not see this level as a trap, and I know it's a trap, right? If I'll be okay. Now price change character, break structure. We're overall bullish. We're coming back more than 50%. This is my zone. Price comes here, anywhere here, I'm buying, right? And I would have been the trap.
Yeah.
That's why you have to be good at reading traps.
Nah, bro, I really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, bro,
Jazakallah.
no problem. And this is like I was saying, yeah? Look, this is your daily cycle, yeah? Look, Asia, right? Asia, building up liquidity, right? Look, triple bottoms here, right? What does London do, right? London does not open on a medium inducement, but Frankfurt opened on a medium inducement. So
Yeah.
you read this medium inducement. What is the purpose of this medium inducement? Is it gonna hold or is it not? Okay, price now gave me two legs. Okay, now I'm trading it. Okay, now, okay, from here to here. Okay, you close 1 to 3, whatever you close, right? New York, New York, right? Comes in. What is the purpose in New York now? Is it to push price lower or is it to push price higher? Which one is it? If
Lower.
if this is the medium inducement, right? And price is opening up here and not down here, like inducing something. Or if it's
Yeah.
inducing something to the left, maybe you could be like, okay, price is coming back to a demand before going back to a supply. In my time session, maybe okay, I counter trend that, which is less probable, right? But you see where price is opening up, right? This high just broke structure to the downside. If you say high to low, This will be a decisional. And price coming back to where? Supply before it comes back to none of these demand zones. And this is just a trap. That is a trap. You know, because if you say high to low, low fails to make a higher high, that becomes a trap. Because I'll tell you, if price wanted to go make a higher high, that's what it does. Let me show you. This is not a significant zone, right? It's not like a high pip range zone. It's like only 5 pips or whatever, right? If this area was a trap, it would do this. And you could be like, okay, that was a smart money trap. Okay? Just like how price comes here, the only reason I could say, okay, time window. But you know, that happened, it's okay. Sometimes you gotta be wrong. You know the reason if I did not risk 100 lots here on this first trade right here, if I was not in here with 100 lots, once I seen this inducement, I would have got in again. But once I was like 7K and down for that day, or not for the day, but just for that trade, I was like, you know what, I'm not trading. But if I entered here maybe like 1K and I hit a sell and price open here in my session and mitigated that, I would have entered again. Because I know price is going down. You get what I mean? And like Urimi says, what he say,
You got
first
dealt
trade
with,
has
huh?
to be the
Yeah.
sacrifice, the sheep, the lamb. You know?
Sacrificial lamb.
That's what he says, man, and he's right. You know, if I didn't enter 100 lots from here, maybe I should have covered that high, but then the stop loss would have been crazy. You know, I was only trying to risk 7,000, and that's all I risked. So, like, you know what I mean? Maybe that the smartest idea is to cover that high to be safe, but where I was getting in here, that would have been like 10 pips plus, and it just did not make sense for me, you know, which is fine. Sometimes you hit stop loss, which is okay, you know. You see in Wakara video, he says top down is not important and H1 and below is all you need. Do you think it's better to approach, understand direction? Not really, my bro. I mean, top down is needed to understand where you are in a push. Because now, if I'm in top down and I understand, okay, I'm at a higher high, okay, higher time frame does do nothing for me. It does not help me at that point. I'm saying at a higher high. Now, okay, I'll look at H1, M15 to see, okay, are we establishing a complex pullback? Or are we not? That's the only reason. But if you're saying at a demand, and you know, like an extreme demand, and you just swept liquidity and you're trying to sell, but it's a daily demand, that's not smart. And if you didn't do a top-down analysis, you would not figure you're down there at the discount level. You know what I mean? So it is important to look at it every day. Every day you wake up, you look at the daily, how it closed, all these things. You know. I promise you, man. Anybody that is sharing stuff on YouTube is not giving you the full picture. I promise you. Anybody that is that has a course, that has a YouTube video, right? That's telling you something is not giving you the full picture. It's not. He's not giving you the full picture, right? I'm just letting you know. My win rate is around 45, sometimes on a better like months like 65. Depends. It fluctuates 45 to 65. Depends how freaky I'm getting or price, you know.
Bro, what is your average risk to reward ratio?
My average, it depends if I'm up or down. If I'm down, just 1%, maybe 5%, 0.5%, half 1%, which is 0.5. Rest of the word, at least 1 to 3. Average, at least 1 to 3. Average. A lot of times, 1 to 10. At least each week, at least I catch 1 to 10 trade. Like at least once a week, I'll catch a 1 to 10. The rest of the week, they're just like 1 to 3 here, 1 to 3 here, stop loss here, win here, stop loss, win, stop loss, win. But it evens out at the end of the week. I'm up,
Mashallah.
you know.
So
But
any
yeah, go ahead.
so from 1 to 10s, do you take always partials, or sometimes you just leave them to close it on full 1 to 10?
Nah, I don't leave nothing on the table, man. It's hard for you to see 25K up. Don't take a partial. Don't
Yeah.
close anything. Price comes back, hit your stop loss, or break even.
Oh
Now you
man.
got zero. Yeah, that I will never do that dumb shit. Never. That is just stupid. That is just stupid. You did
Yeah.
not lose nothing.
Yeah.
You just lost 25K, right?
Yeah, obviously.
If you trade from here, right? If you if you get in a trade from here, right? And you
Oh
hear,
man.
and this whole time here you see 25K, right? This whole area you see
You got
25K. And look at it, yeah? You see 25K and say you expect price to go lower, right? But you don't expect price to come back here. Brother, just close a partial. I'll close 10K here.
Yeah.
Okay. I close 10K. If that 15K comes back, breaks even, whatever. If it goes down again from here, okay. But I will close something because I just wasted my time.
Yeah.
From here to here, all that, psychology, all of the stop
Yeah,
losses
bro.
prior. Now you just hit break even when you seen 25K. That's kind of stupid,
Yeah, bro. And I think there's a violation
And
of
you know
fundamental
what's
norms
funny?
as well.
You know what's funny? You
Yeah,
would know
bro.
when you would know when you're just playing around, right? Because average session pip range is right here, right? And if you put high to
Yeah.
low, you got more than your average session pip range, but you trying to swing trade. Okay, look, 48 pips, right? From high to low. Okay, New York. Okay, New York here gave you 66 pips, but it's on average is 48, right? Let's see.
Yeah.
Can you close it here at 48? 48. Where is 48? 48. Okay? What's that?
Yeah.
So, for example, I know we hit stop loss, but say for example you traded here and you put your stop loss at that high, right? Above this high, like this, and you trade it down there, right? That's a 1 to 10. You
Yeah.
shouldn't be looking more than your average session pip range, That's what I think. I think if you enter here in London, 1 to 3. Why this is a continuation trade? This is not a reversal, right? Because you're
Yeah.
continuing price from whatever Frankfurt is doing. Frankfurt did the medium inducement. Medium inducement did not happen in London.
Yes.
Frankfurt did the medium inducement. In London, we just continuing bearish price. We continuing what Frankfurt did.
Yes.
This is a continuation. Okay?
Yeah.
Reversal is when your session opened on a medium inducement. Your session did not open on a
Yeah.
medium inducement here.
Yes.
Just like this. New York, we're just continuing what London did. It's a continuation.
Yes.
Continuation trade. Reversal is when, okay, that New York opens here on a medium inducement.
Yeah. True, bro.
I hope
Yo,
that makes
Yasin.
sense, man. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Completely.
Yesterday we were backtesting last night, yeah. And some people were asking there's a way on the week you showed there's a way that was an immediate break and test, and the one that comes more like a conservative. I don't know the word that you use, and they were asking, people wanted a clarification on that. If you could help with that, it would be appreciated, bro.
Okay, so like if you on M1, right? If you in M1, you would say, okay, this is a high, this is a low, price broke here, and retest. That's if you're gonna enter on M1. See how it broke it with this wick, came back up before coming down, now it builds this trend line? That's on M1 or M3, right? On like M15, it's different. M15, sometimes it looks like this. Sometimes it looks like this. Break to the high, comes back all the way test, and it has to push higher. Price has to go higher. It doesn't have to go make a higher high, but price cannot just go do this. And you can say, okay, this is the test. No, this is the test. You know what I'm saying? Price has to push higher. So after you break, okay, price has to go higher. Break, test, price, okay. When higher? Now, okay, this is the inducement. You understand what I'm saying? Break test, it has to go higher or lower. Break test cannot go like this. You cannot say it like this, okay? Break, right? Say break, test, 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 test. That doesn't work like that, okay? Price has to go, break, test, push higher. Either make a higher high or it doesn't. It doesn't matter. Then it comes back, that's your breaking test. None of these will break and test. But if you're in the M1 and you want to execute, it will look like that.
Yeah, you see on M1, yeah, you may if you're on M1 structure, you might see an immediate test, but when price moves on let's say M15 or H1, it will leave also a high time frame break and test, right?
Yeah.
That's the clarification that there was that you wanted.
Yeah, but
People wanted to
like I tell
understand.
you, there's a lot of different break and test traders. You know, that's why when people say break and test has to look like this, that is just simply not true. Because some break and test traders trade scalp, some people trade, swing. Everybody does different. Every strategy like us, right? Some people trade SMC and they swing, right? They just use SMC to swing. And like us, we use an intraday. And some people probably like just scalping, like quick, like 10 pips, they close, you know? So it's different. It's different order blocks, right? You have high time frame order blocks, you have intra-session day order blocks, you have M1 order blocks. Which one hold more value? So the break and test thing is it depends on what time frame you're looking at it. If you're looking at it from this kind of time frame, okay? Look, if you're looking at it here, okay, boom, that broke, right? Once it broke, that could be your test, and this is the push lower, okay? But now if you go in M15 or M5, that is not a test, okay? That is not your break and test because price, boom, broke here. It did not retrace down, okay? Price is just making higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. Okay, but now if you look to the left here, okay, and you got to look at price at objectives, right? If this is a push, if from here to here is a push, and from here, that's when it cleared, that is a push, right? That will be a break and test. Price broke, test, push high. That's why when price comes back and induce it, it gives you a reaction because it's liquidity point. But if you look here and you're in M1, it'll give you a different view. So if you look here on M1, right? This is the same. And this instance is the same, but every time frame is different. H1 time frame break and test is different from an H4 break and test. There's different time frame, different. You get what I mean? So it's not like one way to look at it. You could say this. You could say, okay, let's see. You could say this the area that cleared the highs, price test, push higher. This is an inducement of that break and test. You could look at it as break test, and that was the inducement to go break and test. You know, there's
You
not
see
like
where you
one
mark
way.
you see where you mark the senior where you just marked. Once you had the break, yeah, that one. On a low
Yeah,
time frame, sometimes it gives you on M1 the test, and then
yeah, that's
it push
valid.
up.
That's
Yeah.
valid. It broke, it came back test, it pushed high, comes back, induced, mitigate, and it went high.
Okay, so on after a price went to its objective, yeah, the one that you marked as the one that you said a medium inducement. Can you say that time frame test?
You're talking about here, right?
Yeah.
On the 4 hour, maybe not. On the daily, it could be.
Okay.
Because this
That's
maybe
the
took
only.
1 day to come up. Then this
Okay.
took another day to come down. And now 3 days here. And that could be your break test on a daily.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Every time frame
Yeah,
is
bro.
different. Because every
Yeah.
time frame takes longer. Like I said, like, you know, some people trade on M1, some people trade on a H1, some people trade on the 4 hours, right? Me finding a break and test on M1 is gonna be quicker than me finding on a 1 hour, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. You know, each time frame has a different break and test. They're not all the same. So if I look on a daily now, right? I could say high, low, that broke this. This is a break and test. But if you go look on that H4, this could be an inducement. So now if you go 4 hours here and kill that where we just marked, okay, you could say, okay, it broke here, it tests right here, and this is an inducement, right? So let me delete all of this and I'll show you. It depends all which time frame you're looking at. It's not based on where it's at. It's based on time frame, right? So look, you could say that is a break test, and you could say this is inducement of that break and test. If you now go into 1 hour, you see something different. Look, you could say that is, look, it broke, it test, it pushed high. You could say inducement of this break test, but this is the test on a 4 hour. Now, if you go on M15, that will be a different, because you could say price broke to the high, right? It came back for a test. It pushed higher. You could say this is the inducement of that break and test. It's all different how you look at it. You see, broke, test, push high. You could say this is the inducement. See, look, this was M15. That was H1. This was H4, and the bottom is the daily. It's all how you look at it and what time frame you're reading, because each time frame has different meaning. You get what I mean? What you use at M1 is not the same. It's not the same as you use at the high time frame. Usually, if you just put your fib from low to high, you avoid all of that, you know? Low to high, and you'll be like, okay, this is 50%, so price next time it comes back, it has to clear the 50%, so I shouldn't get in from here, you know, and you avoid that. You get it?
Yeah, bro. I understood that one that you said on the week, yeah. So I wanted people to understand. So the people who wanted more clarification on that.
Yeah, man. Every time frame, like I say, every time frame is a different breaking test. What you find in M1 is not gonna be the same. Like here, right? That trade
You see
we
the
took
trade on
Friday.
Friday, yeah.
Yeah, let me show you.
The trade on Friday, yeah. That one on after the London continuation.
So here.
After it came down, then that's the more higher time frame test.
So here, right? Look. Every time frame it looks different. On M1, you had low that made a higher high that we said inducement, right? Price broke, test, push lower, failed to make a higher high, built this trend line. Okay, price induced. Oh, look, broke the structure. Where did it break? Here. Look, you had a wick before price coming down. That's your break and test on M1. Why does it come back? Just induce that before it goes lower, right? It has to be something there, right? For price to come back precisely, just induce this high before going lower. It has to be something there, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, now if you go on M5, it will look different.
Yeah, that inducement will become, it will look like will look like a test.
You know, if you go on M5, this could be the test.
Yeah.
Or if you go on M15, that could be the test.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
it depends on what time frame you're
What
looking
time
at
frame
and
you look?
reading it.
Yeah, bro.
But like, this is execution kind of break and test. This you trying to get into the trade. You don't care about what's above. You getting into the trade, right? But if you go
Yeah.
like M15, you trying to see the inducement to try to find a trade. You know, it's all different. This is just execution trade. This is break test, execution, break, retest. You know, inducement. Okay, you in from here. You know, same thing I did here. I wasn't in from here. When I traded this, I was in from here. Look, price broke, test, push lower, and that was my zone. And that's what I traded. I wasn't in from here. I was in from that, but it's the same concept,
Yeah.
you know? But this is when I'm looking at this, I'm trying to find execution. I'm not looking for a setup. I'm not looking for,
You already know the direction, and then
yeah, I'm
just
already
waiting to enter.
I'm already trying to trade bearish. You know what I mean? I'm not
Yeah.
like looking to find direction and stuff. Sorry, bro. Could you see my question about recognizing NY Thursday being a resistance line to induce before melting? So Thursday NY, you said Thursday NY will be, when was that? 10 o'clock. So you're talking about this? That right there? What about that? Where I got induced? Where I got induced would be here. There was a lot of wicks highs. Okay, let's see. What, these wicks? Or are you talking about these?
I think what he's trying to say, you see that supply that you marked, he's saying that
This?
supply was more of a resistance. Yeah. So price tap, then induced one more before melting.
Yeah, you could say that. That could be valid. If you look at it this way. If you look at it that way. But price, you have to go back left and see. Okay, maybe. Okay, that was a support, resistance, support, price broke, become resistance, resistance, resistance. It cleared that out before it went down. That could be valid. Yeah, 100%, man. That could be 100% valid.
But Yassine,
Yo,
the people that trade support and resistance, they would need a body close, yeah? So would that be
For
an
what?
inducement
Body close for what?
for them to say, oh, okay, now it's we don't trade this anymore? So you see the zone where you
Yeah,
got in,
true.
that wouldn't be counted as that, would it? Because it's just another tap.
No, I mean, look at it. Yeah. So here, people are still in the trade because this is not a body close, right?
Yeah,
And they started putting stop loss here. Price swept them. Okay. Now
yeah,
those became resistance, right? Okay. Look,
yeah,
price went down, liquidated here more. Okay. Now that becomes support, right? Look, people was entering here again. You know how they enter? They see support resistance area, right? They look for a shooting star. They look for a triple bottom. They look for a head and shoulder, okay? Like this. This is the head and these are the shoulders. And they look to sell from here. Like, boom. That's a shoulder, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Price went down. They look for a test on this neckline right here and they try to sell it down. They got liquidated right here.
yeah,
So like head and shoulders like this. Look, okay. So you have a left shoulder, a head. The head is higher than the shoulders, right? Right shoulder, price push down. They look for a test in this. This is called the neckline. This neckline, they look here. Test, test, test. Okay, they like it. They enter here and try to push it down. That got liquidated. Okay, so break and test traders, they look in here. Okay, so okay, depends what time frame they people are getting in on, but okay, they will see here. Okay, this is called the wick rejection, bullish engulfing. They in from here. Okay, that is called the shooting star with a bullish engulfing. They in from here. You understand what I'm saying? They look
yeah,
at
yeah, yeah.
candle patterns. They look at the candles. This is called the shooting star right here.
Okay, yeah,
So they look for pattern like this in their zone. Say this is their zone. They look for stuff like this. Okay, look, bullish engulfing. That's their confirmation here. When price comes here, they get in. Okay, and if they see this, that's even better. Say they see this on a 4 hour. They drop down to the 30 minutes, 15 minutes to price for price to go back up and before it retest. So say this area right here, right, is a 4 hour. They drop down, say, to H1, 30 minutes, whatever it is, and they'll come here and they'll wait for this. Okay?
yeah,
They see a shooting star right here in that zone, bullish engulfing. They let price go up, test, 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 test. They in from here, stop loss at the low.
yeah. That
I
makes
used to
sense.
trade the same thing. That's why I could see it, because I used to trade it. So in that zone, how you get in is this. So after you seen all of this, and you get in, okay? You look left, nothing here, nothing here. Okay, boom. This here, wick to body, extend.
Bro, is that when you were blowing accounts?
What happened?
So when you were trading these patterns, so is that at that time when you were blowing accounts?
No, I mean I blew accounts way before and way after.
Oh, so the concepts you are trading now, on those concepts you have also blown account on those as well.
Yeah, you could blow account in any concept. It's just how you trade. Is how you
Mhm.
how you establish your mind, you know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
So
Got it.
For example, they will look for this, right? So price broke with a wick or a body candle of this area right here, right? And this area was a what? A support level, support. Now broke, resistance. Now body candle broke to the top, and they will look here. Okay, that's a bullish engulfing candle, and they will do something like this. Longs, stop loss at the low, right? And they tell you aim for a 1 to 3. And 1 to 3 will be like this. Well, I don't know how many pip range is that. 6.8. But most of them are trading like M15, M30, you know, those kind of, unless they scalp. If they scalp, they look for stuff like this. One last time I was blown account, I think like last year. Only blow accounts when I revenge trade and start doing some nonsense, you know. Other than that, we good usually. Usually. But you can never blow your own account because there's nobody's to watch you. It's yourself. You have to watch yourself.
Yeah.
Those prop firms accounts, you could blow them up easy, you know. If you risk wrong, if you enter wrong, if you know, overtrade, if you whatever, you could blow them up quick.
Bro, if you go for account perform account challenge, suppose 1 step challenge, how much would you risk in evaluation phase? 1%,
0.5,
2%?
man. I would not risk 1%, 0.5.
0.5.
Any prop firm I opened, I risked 0.5. I made a buffer, and then I traded. If 1% allows you 8 trades, right? Because once you reach 102, your account blown, right? So that's 8 trades. If you risk 1% exactly, 1,000 each trade, that's 8 trades for you to blow the account. If you risk 0.5, that's 16 trades. I'd rather have 16 trades because I'm just paid money, right? Especially if I cannot afford to go buy another account right away, right?
Yeah.
If I could afford to go buy another account, if I blown this, as long as I traded right, who cares, right? Risk 1%. If you cannot afford to go buy another 100K account right away, maybe you should relax with the 1% risk and trade 0.5 until you make a buffer. You know, it depends on the situation. When I get a buffer, man, I risk more. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, you gotta have your setups, right? Your A+ setups, then you could risk more. You know, if it's a B+ setup, you know, but you gotta have setups. You gotta know your setups. You know what I'm saying? And the only way you're gonna know your setups is by what Kara was saying, to risk 2% after you get a buffer. Yeah, I mean, it's different. Sometimes I risk 5%. You know, but I'm up. I'm not lying. I'm just being truthful. I'm telling you the truth. You know, I was up last week, 30K. You see me risk 7K on one trade, 100 lots.
Yeah.
You know, that was my A+ setup. So that's what I risked.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm telling you. You have to make a buffer. Like that, it didn't put me in drawdown. It just took the profits that I made, you know? What a good buffer. I mean, if you're on a 100K account, 2%, 3% is a great buffer. Then if you hit stop loss, don't risk 2%, you know? But the problem is most people hand stop loss in a setup that's not even a setup, you know? I'm serious. They freestyling, they risking 2%. You know? At least have the direction. If you have the direction right and you hit stop loss, it's okay. You know, at least you tried.
Yeah, true.
But if you have the direction completely wrong and now you risk 2%, you know, it's kind of crazy, you know?
Yeah, like bro, it's just
Yeah, if your direction is right and you get wicked out, no problem, man. You know, that was a good trade.
bro.
That was a good trade.
Yeah.
But if you completely wrong and price just shoot up through your stop loss and go make a high and all times high, then maybe you
Oh
shouldn't do
man.
that.
Yeah, you go
Yeah.
crazy. Your psychology is just like
You
messed
know,
up. Yeah.
because then you risk 2% thinking that was your A plus setup, and price
And
made a
Asia
higher
low.
high. So you had direction wrong, risk wrong, everything, everything was wrong. Oh man.
True, bro.
So for drawdown, I find sticking to 1% better on the bias, your setup. Otherwise, it just
Yeah,
takes twice as long. Yeah.
Yassine.
Yo, what's up?
Um, do you only trade like strictly your time window?
Yeah, man. I do
So even
freestyle sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, man.
so
I'm just being
even if
honest
you
with
see
you.
like a setup, like an A
I
plus
I
setup,
I
would
freestyle
you?
outside window. I freestyle.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you, but I'm not in drawdown freestyling. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like if I did not make a profit for the week, you won't catch me in Asia session freestyling. If I'm up for the week, you will see me freestyling. Sometimes in Asia, I'll take a trade. Sometimes because I like the setup. You know, sometimes you'll see me doing those because I'm up. But if I'm not up, you will never catch me trading late night in Asia, trying to catch a EU trade. Maybe I'll catch a JPP trade, but Yang trade, JJ, but you will never catch me trading EU, GU, and Asia, especially if I'm in drawdown. If I'm in drawdown, bro, it was better just stick to your time window. You know what I mean? The only thing that it's amazing to me is most people that they're not profitable. And everybody, like, if you listen to a car, tells you stick to time window. If you listen to Remy, he tells you stick to time window. If you're listening to me, I'm telling you stick to time window. Then you see people here, boom, boom, right? That's their session right there. That's where they're supposed to find a trade. And if they don't find it, just come back tomorrow because there's always a trade the next day. Then you see my boy out here right before London Open, right? Or New York Open, out here trying to trade. Then you just look at yourself and you be like, what are you doing? You know? Now, once you make money and you have a system, man, do whatever you want. But if, like I say, if this right here working for you, don't listen to me. If you making money off this, you trading out here, do your thing. You cannot tell somebody that's making money, hey, bro, your system doesn't work. Because it has to work. The guy is making money, right? So it has to work. So maybe it's not working for me, it's working for him. 100%. If you trading out here, and that's outside time and you making money and you're consistent or whatnot, do your thing. Whatever I say does not relate to you. You know what I mean? Because I cannot tell you anything because you already make money. You know? But if this is not making you money or even is not even making you consistent money, maybe you should leave it alone and try to stick to the time window. Because trading is based on time. Time equals momentum. You want momentum on your side. You want to get mitigated, you want to be gone, right? If I find a setup here on M1, right? And I know my direction is bearish, from here to here is very fast. I know I get paid, I'm out of the market. But then you got a lot of people that overtrade. They'll catch a 1, 2, 3 here, take another loss here, one more loss here. Now, instead of them being 3% up, now they're like, he risks 2K here, right? Say he from here to here he make 3K. And now no, he wants to keep trading because he think he could be a multi-billionaire in one day. So okay, you make 3K here, you took 2K here because you over risk because yeah, that's the one that's gonna push me. Okay, minus 2K. And now okay, one more K here. I'm gonna take this. Okay, minus 1K. Now you back at zero. And now you just wasted your time. You wasted the whole day, you know. Shane is very good at that. Shane would take a buy or a sell and he would like win and he would go hiding. That guy would just hide. That's good. That's good habits right there. You know. You don't have to make a million in a day. You make 3K, bro. Be grateful, bro. People are not making that in a month working. You get what I mean? Like, especially if you try to become profitable, It's not every day. It's not every session you can find a trade. Maybe, just look at the NY. You catch a trade, New York or London, cool. Close and just come back New York. Just watch. If you find that setup that be like, ooh, yeah, I need to get in, then trade it. But if you don't, then you just leave it. You just made 3K. You chilling. If that's your live account, what can you do with 3K? Because I could do a lot with 3K. What can you do with 3K? I could pay rent. I could put gas. I could go have food. I could buy clothes. I could give it to my mom. You know, I could go buy tires and burn them in the same day and go buy another set of tires. I could do a lot with 3K. I don't know. Some people look at 3K and it's like it's a joke, but some people take it like if you, especially if like it's a third world country, it's like 3K. It takes them like 6 months, if not a year, to get 3K. To be honest, bro, if you want to start your own account, you're not gonna see any. You're not gonna see any like, what's it called? Like profits. Like you could see profits, but let me tell you, bro. When you start your own account and you see you just won $20, right? When you could have won 10,000 on the same trade, that hurts. That hurts my feelings. I don't know if it hurts yours or not. Maybe it doesn't. But if it doesn't, then any amount. But if me personally, that hurts my feelings. If I catch a 1 to 10 and I know I could get paid 50K and I just got paid $40 for the same trade, that hurts my feelings. But everybody's different. Maybe you're immune to that. I'm not. You know. Nah, 10K is valid. 10K is valid. You could make 1,000 a day easy on a 10K. But I'm saying like if you open like 100K, like a $10 account, $500 account, you have to have like a 1 to 500 risk to even try to like actually make some money. Because if you just trade on a 1 to 50 leverage or a 1 to 100 leverage, you cannot buy that many lots. Therefore, even if you catch a 1 to 10, that's like $10. You gotta be sitting there for years trying to grow that account. You know, so it's not worth it. But if you open $500 on a 1 to 500, leverage, you could buy more lots for your money as long as you got that. But then you have to trade different. You have to make your stop loss as tight as you can. You know, if you trade usually 8 pips, maybe you have to trade 3 pips stop loss, because now you're buying. They allowing you to spend all your money on lots, so you don't have that much to risk on stop loss, right? If on a 1 to 50 leverage on a $500 account, you can only buy say zero point 0.5 lots on a 1 to 500 lots, right? On a 1 to 500 leverage account, on a 500 account, you could buy 2 lots, 3 lots on EUGU. See the difference between zero point 0.5, which is less than 1 lot, then you could buy 3 lots, but you don't have that much room for your stop loss because price the more price goes down, the quicker it's taking you, because if 1 pip give you $100, 1 pip to your stop loss is $100 loss. So you get what I mean? If price goes up to your take profit, 1 pip, each pip $100 is gonna go 1 pip to your stop loss $100. So that's when you have to make like your stop loss very tight. Those like 2 pips, those stuff like that. And then if you're very good at that, you could scale that up very fast. You could scale that up quick. You know. But if not, I suggest like 10K. 10K is a good amount to start where you could still have like 500 days, 600 days. 600 is a valid, bro, for a day. You make $600 a day, bro. You say Alhamdulillah, man, and you go about your day. That's valid. That's a lot. No, like no jokes. All jokes aside, and you still you risk 1%, and you risk $100, and say a 1 to 3 you make, 300, or 1 to 10 you make 1,000. bro, you're good, bro. You're good. You make 1,000 a week plus whatever you work in, you know, you're good. But I think, just trade, like, I don't know, if you have 10K to put on an account, cool. If you don't, trade prop firm, make couple payouts and just put it on your own account and just trade your own account. Cause I'm like, I make 1,000 today, I could just withdraw it right now. If the market is open right now and I enter buy, that hit TP right there on my bank account. Withdraw right now today. Nobody tells you what to do. Oh, now withdraw on Friday. None of that. 1 hour, right in your account. Go whatever you want to do with it. You know. Then you have to worry about, oh, they're not gonna pay you out, all of that nonsense. I gotta pass a challenge. That's why everybody that makes money stops trading platforms and just trade their own account. But I do still trade platforms because free money is always good. It just day to day I trade my own capital. Hell yeah, you see, 2 months on $500. $500 here would not give me a bag of sugar. I'm lying, but like $500 a week, maybe I could make it fit. $500 a week, but just gas money, right? On my day to day, each week, I spend about $350 at least on gas, fuel, petrol, diesel, whatever you want to call it. At least 350 a week. That's if I'm not traveling. That's if I'm just going regular routes around the town, you know, go take my mom shopping, stuff like that, right? So, you know, yeah, I know, man. I might have to move there, man. I'm going Pakistan soon. Don't worry.
Come to Pakistan, Habibi.
I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm not going to Dubai, Habibi. Don't worry, man. That place is not gonna see me.
Come, bro.
Yeah, I want
Let's
to
open
go to
academy here.
I want to take a trip maybe this year to Afghanistan, then maybe
Oh,
I'll go
bro,
back. My boys out there.
most welcome, bro. You have your friends in Afghanistan.
You said what?
You have friends in Afghanistan.
Yeah, yeah.
Be careful there, bro.
Be careful, man. These guys are
You're
well connected. Don't
you're
worry.
My guy
American, bro. You know America
he
and
has friends
Afghanistan.
almost every country.
Yeah, man. I got
Yeah,
boys
he has
everywhere.
now. MashaAllah.
That's good. That's good.
Come to
That's the
Bangladesh.
connection that's needed.
Bro, there's no time to trade a prop firm, right? There's no limit. It's open. It's open. The limit is open. You could take 1 year, you could take 2 years, you could take 1 month, you could take one trade. So whatever you're comfortable with. If another guy is trading and he passed it in 2 days, bro, that's him. They ain't got nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta focus on yourself. There's what the time frame for me is different than you. You gotta find what works for you. So whenever you feel confident, is that when you trade. You could wake up every day and not trade. The day you feel confident, you trade. You know what I mean? The days you don't feel confident and you open a session and the the problem with most people is they want they want to make it so bad, so they rush the process, yeah? So they buy a prop firm account, and every day they wake up, trade, 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 trade. When they feel confident, they trade. When they feel formal, they trade. When they're not confident, they trade. When there's a setup, they trade. When there's no setup, they trade. Every day, wake up. 5 days a week is like a prayer day. 2 sessions, it's like you're going to pray. You have to trade these 2 sessions, right? And that's wrong. But if you just have money to waste, by all means, I'm not gonna lie. When I started, sometimes it take me 2 months to pass an account, and I didn't care. And then I go to the group and I see people like 2 trades, boom, boom, gone, done. But I wasn't in that level, and I wasn't confident. So you can't compare no, you can't compare yourself to nobody. Just do what fits for you. But I think the issue is like, you know, most people like in a bad situation, so they want to make this work as fast as possible, and then you be trading off emotions, because you want to make this work so bad that what I'm saying, like you're willing to just lose money, Me, I don't know. Like, don't come into trading think that you're just gonna make money in like a week or a month. That's a bad mindset. That's even if you know how to trade. That's just a bad mindset, man. Because you gotta be trading of, man, if I make this, I got these bills, I got this car I wanna buy, I could fix my broken car. You already got, you know, bills to pay, and you already distributed the money. I'm gonna give my mom this, I'm gonna buy that car, I'm gonna move into this house, I'm gonna change my desk, I'm gonna make my closet look this way. You already got the setup on how to spend the money, but you don't even got the money yet. Just focus on getting the money. Then once you get the money, if you need help spending it, you could just call me, I'll help you spend it. you know I'll help you spend it. If you once you make the money, if you're confused on how to spend it, just give me a call. Don't worry, we'll figure it out. We'll figure out how to spend it. If you make the money and you're bored and you don't know how to spend it, just give me a call. I'll fly to you and we'll go spend it together. I'm just kidding, but I'm just it's truth though. Like most people are just getting into these platforms and they think, ah man, if I make 3K today, next month I could buy two tires for my car, and the guys need tires, yeah. The the car need tires, yeah. Ah man, the money I got right now, I could just go, bullshit with it. I'll make this trading work in 1 month. I get a payout, 5K. I'll get a set of tires. Man, you already spend the money. Just focus on making it. Then spending is easy.
Yasin,
Yo,
we became the tire.
yeah, man, you became the tire. You got burned.
Yeah, man.
That's a big problem. I used to do that too, man. Before I made that, man, I thought, you go on YouTube, watch those traders. Man, man, before I made money, I already had like ideas on how I'm gonna spend it. Yeah. We'll do a little bit, or we could do it right now. Matter of fact. All right, let's see gold. Where's gold at? Okay, gold, high time frame. How many pips or how many points this moved? All right. You can see here, yeah? Gold. Let's see. From history, okay? From the highest point to the lowest point. Okay, we're in a daily. The lowest point it went, okay? It went what? 400,000 what's it called? Points to the downside. When was that? Right? That was COVID. COVID days. Because nobody was buying gold. Okay? Do you have a COVID day? No. Do we have what's it called? Do we have like a war going on? No. Okay, so okay. Now let's see. On average, how much it moves down. High to low. It moves about 200K down. Retracement. Okay, cool. High to low. How much does it move? High to low. It moves about 200, 300K. Retracement. Okay. Once it reach a higher high, it always comes back a retrace, right? So high to low, about 400K. Okay. Now let's see here. A high to low. What we got here on this one push, this one leg. High to low, right? This is about how much? 900,000 points, right? What does that tell you? When it's usually pushing, retraces about, you know, 200, 300, 400 on average. Is there a war? There is no war. What's going on here? Why did it move 900,000 pips? Any ideas? Okay, I'm gonna give you an idea, right? Say my boy Zarwan, right? I'm the bank. Right? Zarwan got money in the bank, right? Say Zarwan got $1 million in the bank, right? And Zarwan asked me to buy him gold at this point right here, right? Which is this area, right? And Zarwan woke up the next day or next month or whenever and found price all the way up here, right? So now he was like, oh, if I bought here, like, you know, 100 ounces or what, say 1 ounce or whatever, and I woke up here and I see 1 ounce here used to cost this much, but now it costs triple, right? It costs triple or quadruple, right? I want to call the bank and cash out, right? Who lost the money? The bank or you? Or the markets? The bank lost the money, right? The bank has to pay you the difference because you bought here, say at 4,000 and now it's at 18,000, for example, right? And now it's at 18,000. There's a difference of what? 14K, right? 14K difference. Who makes up that money? Me, right? I'm the bank, right? I have to pay Zarwan out of my pocket $14K here, right? So what do? They crash the market. So they crash it so they cannot pay you. You don't get shit. That's what they do. They crash these markets so you don't pay shit. You don't get nothing, you know? And if you think this now is gonna dip, keep dipping. This is gonna go back up, but it's not gonna go back up like this. It's gonna go back up slowly. Okay? So what I want, to be honest, let's close that. What I want is, I know price could go back up from here, right? But you see these alerts? That's where I want to see price. If I see price around this 400, 46, you see 4,600 right here? This is the area that I want to get involved. This area, around this block. This is what I want to get involved. From here, can it go up? Yes, but there's not a trade for me right now. Because if I go in a 1 hour, okay, price, it is bearish, right? Which is not going to stay bearish. This is what? A liquidation. Price liquidated. Early buyers, late buyers, all of that. And people that is selling right now from here, these areas, it's just going to be a reaction. Boom, take out. Reaction. Boom, take out. Because I promise you, gold is potentially going to push to that 6,000 and it's going to have another retracement and it's going to keep going up. You cannot make gold, right? Gold, if it's not in the ground, you cannot make it. You cannot make it in a lab. You cannot make it in nowhere. Gold is one currency that everybody, every single country deals with gold, right? Diamonds, you can make a diamond in a lab. There's lab diamonds, right? So diamonds don't care. Their value is so low. Why? Because you can make them in a lab. Even though it's not the real diamond, it's the same, it has the same effect. You know what I mean? It shines the same, is as hard as a diamond. It does not scratch. It has the same, you know, same, same everything. So like with gold, you cannot make gold. If there's no gold there, you cannot make gold. And if you know one thing about gold, gold never comes down. Gold always goes up. If you look at price from gold from just when you was 18, who's here was 18 at 2000, right? Nobody. Maybe Zarwan. Zarwan is old, man. So 2025,
No,
right?
man, I wasn't.
Nah, I'm messing with you, man.
No,
So,
man.
2025, right? April, okay? Gold was here. Where was this at, right? It was $4,500 an ounce. So 1 ounce, you go buy, if you wanted to buy 1 ounce of gold, you have to pay 4,500 or 3,500, sorry, which is what? $3,500, right? Okay. From April, of 2025 till today's date, where has price went? Right? It's never coming back here. That area is not gonna see it. Okay? This area is not never coming back here. So if you're looking for a supply demand and you're trying to buy gold on a high time frame and it pushed up here, yeah, now I'm gonna wait for a complex pullback to come back here to buy. Yeah, man, this is for currency, man. That don't work on gold. Gold, if you're waiting for a high time frame gold retracement, that means there's a war. Then if there's a war, you shouldn't be buying gold, man. You should be running for your life. If you see gold retracing to these areas, man, just go. Just get out of here. So what I'm expecting, to be honest, right, is these areas to come get mitigated. So if these areas come get mitigated, cool. If they don't, price here is at a good price. I'm not gonna lie. So here it reached 4,600, and I told you it's gonna come back to the first 4,600. And hey, quote me if you think I'm lying. If you think I didn't say it's gonna come back to the 4,600 region, just say, hey, bro, you didn't say that, and I can show you the video that where I said that. You know what I'm saying? So from here, it is a good area to buy. Ideally, I want price to come to the 4,600 exactly, not 4,680. I'd rather price come to exactly 4,600. But if that doesn't happen, what I'm gonna do is see what price does tomorrow, right? So, because people think that okay, you buying 100K worth of gold, you're gonna lose 100K. That's not how it works, right? If you buy 100K, you can risk 10K. How? You tighter stop loss. So if I'm gonna buy, like say 1 ounce for 4K, right? Because that's where it's at right now, 4,800. If I'm gonna buy 1 ounce of that, I'm not gonna risk $4,000. I'm gonna risk maybe like 300, 400. It depends on your stop loss. Whatever you position your stop loss, right? It doesn't matter on how much you buy. It's where you put your stop loss. If you could find a trade where it's a tight stop loss, that's the trade is gonna be. So what I'm gonna do is come here. Okay, boom. All right, open my session. Okay, and see what is going on here when price comes back to this region right here, if it does come back. So here, M15, we got nothing to trade, right? Here, we have a liquidation where what? Break, right? Price push high, break, test, and now price liquidated that, right? But okay, what is going on here? Support or resistance also get involved here. Wick, 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 wick. It closes as a wick. It's not gonna go. So if I get a liquidation of this area from anywhere here, I will be looking to buy. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. Okay? Not like if you were looking to sell, man, just sell it. I mean, I don't know, you know. But me, anywhere from here, I'll be looking to buy. If you buy from here and you waste $4,000, okay, maybe you could put your stop loss at 1,000, at 800, at 500, whatever helps you, right? You calculate your pips here, and you calculate your stop loss, right? If you risk $4,000 here, or if you buy $4,000, you don't have to risk $4,000. You could risk $500 on your stop loss. It depends where you get in and you tie the stop loss. All of this is gonna matter with time, right? Window tomorrow when it opens, time window, but from here it could go up 100%. 100% from here it could go up, but ideally I want is the zone get just liquidated one more time. This right here. If that happens, time window, I'm in. I'm in. You know, I'll be in. If that does not happen, we'll just have to wait for price to give us more details on where exactly we could get him from. Because I could do this, right? I could go right now, put a limit, and buy from here and cover that, right? I could do that. But if I buy here, right? Say 50K worth of gold, right? For example, I buy here, I have to cover all of that. So if I buy here 50K, and for example, I'm risking 30K here if the price comes here, right? That is not a good risk to reward because now If price just retrace here, I already lost 50K, right? Or 30K, right? If price goes just here, I didn't gain shit. I get what? 10K? 20K? Well, where's the risk to reward in here? There's nothing. But now if price comes here, and okay, now I risk say 10K in this trade here, stop loss 10K, and I buy 100K, okay, from here to here, right? Each point price push, that's 10K. Each point price goes up, that's 10K in my pocket, right? So from here to there, say price goes here, okay? From I risk 10K from here to make 200K. That sounds to me like a great risk to reward for me, okay? I'm not telling you go do the same thing. I'm just telling you what I'm gonna be doing. So if I risk 10K here and from here to here, each point price goes up. I'm gaining 10K, 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 and I could get 200K here. Now let's imagine, right? And I'm not telling this is a long-term investment. I'm not telling you go do this if if you if you don't have the money. I'm not telling you go risk all your money, uh, you know. But if price comes here, which I promise you it will, this is not gonna last, and this is not the highest price ever gonna go in gold, and it's gonna break this, and it's gonna go to the 6,000. Just imagine if from here, right, from here to here, you make 200K, right? Now put that here, 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 and here. Look how many millions you're gonna get. I'm not telling you do it. I'm not. I'm just showing you what I'm gonna do. So whether you're gonna get in or not, it's up to you. But I promise you, I'll be buying gold. And when I do, I'll post it. So if you guys want to get in at your own risk. If you don't want to get in, don't get in. It's not no harm, no foul type of deal. You know what I mean? I open an account, bro, and I leave money just specifically for gold. So I have an account, I load it, I buy, and I leave. I don't touch it. And just a long-term investment. Because I promise you, now if price moves out of here and gold makes a higher high, right? 6,000, 7,000 an ounce, right? Maybe it could take 6 months, maybe it could take a year, right? If it comes here, this price point is never coming back to it. It's never gonna come back here. Because look how look how long price was holding at this price. At this price point. Okay? Now look gold. Every time it holds at a price point, it never comes back. This is the hold. Okay? Now let's see here. Price point here is holding. It will not break this area. Okay? Price here was holding. Price here for however long it was holding. You could say this consolidation, but this is just how gold moves. It holds, right? They find a price where market seems legit and it just holds and it will not come back here. Okay, boom. Let's move here. Okay, price here was holding. You see this? And you could trade this. So you have to be patient. Okay, higher high, boom. We trade, we buy from here. Okay, so look, that's the pullback, right? We wait for that break. Okay, boom. And now say we buy from here or we buy from here. And pull a stop loss here, right? Boom. Put a line here. Okay, and now go to the 4 hours. Price never comes back there. Gone. Okay, each hold, look, each hold time, price don't come back. Each hold time. And it's always like this. Price always goes up. But when you see a holding like this and people think it's a consolidation, that's these areas that you want to get in and just hold it because price does not come back and break it. You understand what I'm saying? Price, okay, we'll make a higher high, we'll retrace to that area, and it will push up. Once it push up, it won't come back. So you see this whole time right here, price did what? Hold, made a higher high, retraced to that area, and gone. Okay? This whole time here, I'm expecting this price to come here, give me my trade, and gone. And it will never come back, especially after this drop. You get what I mean? And that's, you will see here, whole time, price goes up, comes back, test that area, gone. Okay, this whole time, price will go up. This is unsustainable. Okay, this is sustainable. When price moves like this, it doesn't come back. When price goes up like this, it will come back in gold. So you see this whole time, when price comes here, I'll find my trade from here. I'll buy it. It will never come back. Same as here. Okay, hold. Price goes up, comes back, doesn't come back, right? Boom, here, right? Goes up, comes back in to this area, breaks it, it doesn't come back. Look, any whole time where you see price here on a 4 hours or a 1 hour, price is holding like this. These areas does not break. These areas does not break, and that's how you look at it. Each time here you see price hold and it goes make a high, an all-time high at this point here, right? Gold was at the highest, right? Because this was the last high. Okay, boom, right? Whole time comes back in, it does not break it. Okay, now price made a new high, right? All times high right here. Okay, now does what? It never comes back here, right? Now price pushed here, boom. Now price pushed up here, right? This is an all-time high. All of these areas will not come back. This will be, I don't know, couple days, couple weeks of price just stalling at the same area. Once it goes, make that high, we'll consolidate again. It go make a push. And at this point, this is an all-time high at 5,700 or 55. What was it? 56? No, I think 5,700, right? And this is the whole time where I want to get in. Because price will not come here, will not come here, will not come here, will not come here. So if you're looking to sell it. But with gold
Bro,
is always gonna go up. It's not gonna come back down.
bro, were you looking to get in? Dead low isn't a break-in test on Forex. If you see it, you mark the circle there.
So
Yeah,
what I
that
want to
low.
see, I want to see price from here develop. What is it gonna do, right? This is a liquidation. This here, price liquidated. Okay? Price here liquidated. Have you seen price move in gold in this manner, right? Let's look at history. There's none, right? Look how price moves in gold. Okay? So this area, I doubt is gonna go lower. I want it to go lower so I can get in from here to find the cheapest price. But if price does not go here, right? If it decides that's all is gonna retrace from these areas I want to get involved. So I'm gonna find time windows set up here and buy and hold. Whether it goes like this, it comes back down, takes me out, I don't care. So once I get in and price moves away, I'm going break even. And that is just gonna stay like that. It's either gonna go make a high or come back, take me out. But if I get in here, I know price. If I hold it for a couple days, I'm not gonna hold it and go break even in 1 day. Okay, so if you think you're gonna hold it and go break even in 1 day, that's a bad idea. So if I buy in here, right? If I buy in here, I'm gonna give it a week or two because already at that point I risk it, and I want to what? Accept the risk. So if price comes here, goes take me out, I accepted that risk. You get what I'm saying? If you want to take a partial or not, it's up to you. But I'm telling you, this I'm investing. I'm not using this to live off. This is an investment, right? Investment, what is it? A long term, right? So
Yeah.
when I'm telling you, if price comes here, I am buying, right? And if I buy, I'll give a couple weeks because price could do this. You see how we were just talking about the consolidation areas? Price could consolidate around this for a week or two. Okay, once it consolidate and it push off, this is my break even. It will never come back here. Okay, now I just ride price. Whatever price wants to go. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I got it. Thank you, bro.
Six.
Yo.
Yeah, you've already pretty much done the pre analysis, haven't you? Or do you want me to still do a pre-analysis?
What? Market Zoom call?
Yeah.
I didn't do no analysis, bro. I was just showing
Okay.
them liquidity sweeps and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, I'll do once you finish all of that, then I'll jump on and do it.
Yeah, you could jump out whenever. What about silver, bro? Silver pushed like 30% down, man. It's gonna go do the same thing, but I don't think silver is gonna overweight gold ever. Like, silver is gonna go up in price, but they had to crash the market because they didn't want to pay people out. You know what I'm saying? All those all those bank reserves, gold, and you could go buy gold from the banks, right? All these banks have gold, right? And you could go buy it. So, and you could save it in the bank. What do you think they doing with the gold? They sold gold they don't have. They had to crash the market so they don't pay you. It's straight up fraud. If you had gold in the bank and you said, okay, now cash me out, right? They have to pay you the difference. And if they paying you the difference and paying million people the difference, they're gonna have to close down, bankrupt. That's why they crash the market. This is just, that's the bullshit they do. Bro, if you're not profitable, bro, do not trade gold intraday, bro. You're gonna waste your time. How they crash the market and why, right? Okay. Price here is at all times high, right? If let's say you buy gold, right? You buy gold. Most people that buy gold is either you buying like if you buying gold for investment, you do not go buy a gold watch. A gold watch is not an investment. You go buy it from the bank, right? You go buy, okay, I have 100K, let me get 100K worth of gold. And where do you leave it? You don't leave at your house. You leave at your bank, right? When price reach the desired area you want to cash out, you call the bank, okay, make that liquid now. What do? They keep the gold, they give you what? Cash. Okay? That's what most people invest in gold. That's what they do. So if I bought here from the bank, right, at $4,000, right, an ounce, $4,000 an ounce, right, and for example, now gold 1 ounce is $8,000 here. Who pays the difference? Not the market, the bank. The bank has to pay the difference, right? So now imagine 3 million people here bought from the same bank. What's gonna happen to that bank? Because they have to pay everybody the difference, right? What's gonna happen there? They're gonna have to close down.
Bankruptcy.
Bankruptcy. There you go. So what do? They sell gold they don't have. So all these banks, what do? They get in together and they crash the market. This is not just one bank. This is not just one guy. Everybody that had gold in the banks, that's what they do. They will crash it because this is unhealthy right here. This is healthy where price goes like this, very slow, gradual, right? Over time. It goes very gradual over time, right? Look, price of gold just been skydiving. This is healthy gold price action. This is healthy. That's how gold moves. Slow. Okay? You might see on M15 that it's going, skydiving and stuff. But that's how gold moves. Okay? But now once you start having these kind of pushes where it just straight line up there, that is messing up their markets. So what they do, they crash it down. 900,000 points and couple days or one day is kind of crazy, right? So now you ask yourself, look how many points they pushed in one day. Okay, we're on a daily time frame. 2 days. It took them 2 days from here to here. 900,000 points. That is not one person, right? That's what usually happens. You make a high, price will pull back and it'll go make a new high. Pull back, new high. But this is just a straight line. They had to liquidate people because people just keep buying here, keep buying. Now they took all their money. Now, okay, they can move like this now. If you start seeing gold move like that, that is not healthy and it's gonna crash down again. So gold, that's how it moves, like this, slow, like this. Okay, so if you could go on a daily, and find the setups and trade it, but I'm not trading on a daily. So once it comes here, I want to see what happens. I want to get involved really here, but if that doesn't happen, these areas where I want to get involved, and I'm holding and I'm buying that because this one candle down is gonna trap so many people that's gonna sell gold. Not understanding gold does not crash, right? Somebody caused this. This is not the market by itself. Okay, gold just went to the floor. It's either you have a war going on, and if you have a war, don't even worry about buying gold. If there's no war going on, gold does not crash like this ever in the history of gold. From gold ever existed, it doesn't it doesn't crash like this, you know. So when you wake up and you see, 900,000 points, you know, it's not normal.
Bro, if in Asia gold like drops further, like those daily candles, like same with where would you be? Where would your next area to look for to buy?
I'll tell you, man. 4600 region. That's what I'm looking at. 4600 region. Because that area been holding price for a while. So that 4600 region is where I'm looking to buy. That's why I have alerts there. You see all these alerts in the bottom?
Okay, bro.
That's why these
Yeah,
alerts are
bro.
there. And I'm telling you, if it does
Yeah,
not,
send
if it
it.
decides it doesn't want to come there, that's why I'm
Yeah,
gonna buy from where it's at right now. But what do I need? I need
bro.
confirmation. Same way confirmation you look for EU and GU. I'm gonna wait for price to develop. Look for confirmation. If I find confirmation from here, that's what I buy. You know what I mean?
Would you do live session when you're buying? No?
I mean, yeah.
So anybody if who wants to invest, they can
Yeah,
invest
yeah.
on their own
It's up
risk.
to you. If you want to buy, you buy, you know what I'm saying? You stop loss same
Yeah,
way I'll
bro.
put. I don't care.
Yeah, thank you.
You gotta understand, if anybody else get in a trade, it does not make me more money, it does not make me less money. All the trades I ever take,
Yeah,
EU,
true.
GU. If you get in the same trade, if you lose money, it does not affect me. If you gain money, still does not
Yeah,
affect me, right? It,
yeah,
it
true, bro.
doesn't do nothing to me.
Yeah.
How come? Because like, just look at news, yeah. Look why price went up, yeah. You guys see my screen, right? You have to read. You have to read. Read news. You guys see my screen?
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Read this
Yeah, bro.
article. Go read this. Go read this article of why Asia. Asia, the engine of global gold demand. Why? Right? Around this time, you have Chinese New Year's. You have Chinese culture. What do? These guys buy gold as a sign of respect. So what is going on? There's a high demand. Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, Japan, China, all of these Asia areas. This time is their holiday, right? If you Arab, what do you do in a wedding? You go buy gold, right? To your wife, your spouse, whatever, right? So if
Hmm.
there's in the Middle East, everybody's getting married at the same time. What is gonna be a high demand of gold, right? What's gonna be
Hmm.
gold price? Is it gonna be down or is it gonna be up? It's gonna be up. So around this time, you have Chinese holidays or not Chinese Asian holidays in general. So what's gonna be what are you gonna have? You're gonna have a high demand in gold. If you have a high demand, less supply, what happens to the price? Price shoots up,
Hmm.
right? Just basic, basic
Yeah,
um
bro.
basic supply demand, theories. So
Hmm.
that's why the reason why price moves in Asia and gold, you know. Price moves And gold in Asia and New York better than it moves in London. So that's why late night sometimes you find me trading gold. Late night because Asia moves. Asia markets is open. When you sleep in here, it's morning there in Asia. They buying, they selling, they doing their thing. And I just like to capitalize on that, but that's the reason. But I don't think this area is gonna come back again. If it comes back to here, it'll be lovely. If it doesn't from here, I'm gonna find confirmation, buy and buy, because this is unhealthy drop. This is the first time in history where this happened, right? If you go back in history, that does not happen. We just checked how much gold after a high retraces, and we just measured it, right? So this is what? This is unhealthy price action right here. This is called a liquidation, right? They had to level up the scene, right? So if you understand anything about gold and investing in gold, gold never goes down, it always goes up. Doesn't matter. You buy and you hold. Look what my boy said, yeah? He said if you bought one lot in gold here, one lot, and you cashed out here, that would have been a half a mil. So it's
Oh,
I'm
bro.
saying is if you have money to invest in gold, even if it's one lot, you buy it and you put your stop loss and you leave it. You know what I'm saying? That could be your way out of this life. Who knows? Me
All this
personally,
terrible searching.
yeah, man, I'm telling you, like, look at it. Like last year, yeah, if you put 1,000 here, you would have been a
Yeah,
multi-millionaire here, you know?
yeah.
And like 6 months
Yasin,
ago. Yeah.
yeah. Sorry,
Yeah,
continue.
you got.
Did you check, is there any speculation about any war?
I mean, there is a war going on between China, Iran, and the US.
Yeah,
I seen that. I read about that.
maybe it's because of that, maybe. I don't know.
The
Have
um,
to be careful a little bit.
the
To check up
Chinese
this auto.
ships they sell them to a nearby Iran area, and the US moved his navy. I was reading about that.
Mm,
But my bro, I don't care about China. China could do whatever. I'm trading this because
yeah.
now if you say what if a price goes from here and never comes back, you gotta be punching your head. Well, I'm gonna be punching my head through the wall. You know why in the Taiwan, right? The US wants Taiwan because Taiwan makes semiconductors. Okay?
Yeah.
That's why US wants Taiwan and China wants Taiwan, right? Russia wants Ukraine because Ukraine have what? Lithium, right? But the US doesn't want Russia to have Ukraine. Why? Because of lithium. Okay? Um, for example, US went to Venezuela and invaded that. Why? For oil, right?
For
But all the other countries doesn't want US to go invade that. Why? Because of oil. And it's just bullshit. It's just nonstop bullshit. You got power,
and the Greenland as well.
Greenland coming soon, but these guys they just gonna do whatever they want to do. But it is what it is. This is the life we live in.
Yeah, bro.
If I'm telling you, man, if war starts, gold ain't gonna drop this much. This is straight up liquidation. This is straight up somebody manipulating price because that's what they do. This what they do. I promise you, if I was a bank and I'm gonna call up all my boys, I'm like, yo, let's crash this shit because I don't have money. I'm gonna go bankrupt, right? If price is here and I have to cash out so many people and I don't have the money to cash them out, now what? Right? I'm gonna call up all my boys. Yo, let's gang up. Come on, man, let's drop this. Whoop. Okay, now, haha, bye bye. Right? Because this is not sustainable. When you see it just go up, skyrocket like this, gold is not sustainable for banks. Man, I don't know, man. I don't know how much. But I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna buy, I'm not gonna cash out. Like this is one of those things that I buy and I just close the account and just lock the PIN number in the safe, you know? Just the account is just gonna be somewhere. This is not even, it's a personal account that I open just for gold. I'm buying, leaving. That's it. One day when I just wake up here and see price, oh man, okay, let me cash out. That's gonna be the day, but it's not gonna be. It's just a long-term investment for me. And this long-term investment, you could go. It could be 6 months. It could be 4 months. Look, this is 2 days. Yeah, this is not gonna make. This is not gonna be 2 days. Price going up there. Okay, if it dropped in 2 days, it's not gonna take 2 days to go up there. So from here to here, if it takes 6 months, and I wake up 6 months and I see like, $20 million, best believe I'm closing it. You know? Nah, bro. You just
Why
need
should
a,
you close, Yasin?
huh?
Why should you close?
If I see 20 million,
Partial, bro.
man, well, hold. I'm gonna
I
go
don't see
live
you
somewhere,
again.
man. I'm gonna go have an island and just, I'm gonna go buy an island somewhere and just do my own thing, man. I don't want no people around me. I don't even want
No, no, I
internet.
come with you,
I'm just
bro.
I'm just gonna be
Take me
having
with
an
you.
island, grow my
Nah,
own food,
you see,
and
he'd leave the
done.
Discord, bro. He'd leave
What
the
happened? Man, you're never gonna see me in the Discord if I see 20 million up there. I'm gonna close it and it's gonna be gone, man. I swear to God, I promise you. Like I told you right now, right? I promise you, gold is gonna push to the 6,000 pip range.
Yeah.
I promise you, this area that is gonna hit 100%, 1,000%. Remember how long I told you when price was here, right? Price didn't even reach the 5,000. I said it's gonna reach the 5,000 area, maybe 5,500. Then it's gonna drop to what? To the 600 region, right? Or
Yeah.
4,600 region. Look where price is at. 4,600 region, right? You
Yeah.
see it?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not making shit up. This is just, you gotta follow news. You gotta follow what's going on in life. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
let's
saying?
see.
It's gotta follow news, man. This is how you have Forex Factory. There's a Forex Factory for gold, just meant for gold, or not for gold only, but for materials, oil, all this stuff. Gotta read on the stuff before you invest, And I already read and I did my research. Now it's just the time to invest. Time to put the money in the paper. So
Yeah.
whenever I wake up and I see the setup, I'll post it. And if you guys want to go live, trade it, we'll go live. If you guys don't want to trade it, it's up to you. You know what I mean?
Is that what that one is called? Is it called Metal Mind?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it as well. That's the one for um that's the same like what's it called?
You mean like psychologically level?
No. So we've got the news Forex Factory.
Mm-hmm.
There's another one called Metal Mind, which is exactly like Forex Factory.
Oh, you
But
mean
this
like
one, but this one is not for like EU, GU, JPY. You don't get that type of news on this one. You get the news for gold, silver, platinum.
yeah.
Does it make sense? Copper.
Yeah.
So it's exactly the same layout as Forest Factory. It's exactly the same.
Oil, all this stuff. Oil, lithium, minerals, all minerals.
There's a guy that I know that trade goals only. He's the one who kind of introduced me to it, and I just saved it because I don't really trade gold. I just trade currency pairs. But it's good to have it there anyway.
This your regular Forex Factory right here. Right? This right here. Oh, not that one. Where is this? Right here. This is the one. This is the one for gold, silver, whatever you call it. Gold, silver, lithium, oil, all those stuff. Metal focused. You see? This is the one. These all your news. Okay, if you want to read about it, click it. And this is the calendar. So yeah, man. That's all I got for today. You guys stay blessed. My boy Shane about to get freaky on these markets. If you got any questions, ask my boy Shane. My boy Shane is freaky. Yo, Shane, you was here when I told them. What do you do? Was I right or wrong?
What do you mean?
Like when you catch a sell and you like close 6K or 3K, you gone for the day. You go hiding. Am I lying or am I not?
You're not, because I catch. You know the one you saying, "Oh, you could have hold longer."
Yeah.
If I show you my MetaTrader now, that 3K that Sunday is still in there. No more trade that was it for the day, innit? I'm done. What more? I think that the issue is if you know, Yerim even say it in his Discord, if people like has never seen 3, 4, 5, 6K and they're seeing it and they're floating in it, like what you holding for, what you trying to do? Close it, get comfortable with it. Once you're comfortable with those figures, then go up.
You see what I was telling them? I was like, if you catch a sell or a buy in London and you close 3K, you come back to New York, not and like you want to
Oh
trade.
no.
If
Oh
you
yeah,
see your
there's that.
setup, if you see that setup where you be like, ooh, yeah, I gotta get in, it's when you get in. Not just, trade every day because you just close
No.
3K. You shouldn't be taking a loss or a win in London, then a loss in London, then like maybe a loss or a win in New York. Like you doing too much. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was telling them. And I was telling them Shane is very good at that. If you go look at Shane, my guy will come, London, he's up 5, 6K, he's gone. Now
Oh, I'm
you
done.
won't
I'm
see him
done for
2
the
weeks.
day.
You won't see him 2 weeks.
No. I'll be done for the day. It'll be because what happens is when you expose yourself to the market, like you're gonna give them back what you've made in the morning. But I think quite a lot of people on the Discord, I don't think they will trade if they're up. I don't know. Let's say $6,000 in New York,
Bro.
in London. They shouldn't really be trading New York. You should be just closing it and then reassess it again the next day. Because
Nah, a lot of people think like you, Shane. I used to do the same thing. I thought I was gonna be a millionaire in one day. I'll get in 10K up. Okay. Platform, yeah? 10K up. I'm trying to pass a challenge, yeah? One day type of challenge, yeah? 5K, 3K up. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now London. Let me find another setup. Oh, let me scale this up. Oh, let me do this. Boom. Blown account. Blown account. I used to do the same thing that you saying right now people shouldn't do. I used to do it. Not anymore. But it's a lot of goes back to greed, revenge trading, over trading, all of this stuff, Then I end up losing all of that. And I'm in again.
We have tire to buy, Akhi.
This takes time, man. This takes time. I'm telling you. Bye, man. Anyways, I'm running out of here. You guys stay safe, stay blessed.
So Yassine, let me just stay on that 2 minutes. Let me just
recording in progress.
Here, my man. I'll make you the host. Shane
Yeah,
and
can you hear me on here now?
yeah, just give me one. Don't record. 1 second.
Yeah, I'm just going to send a message out now to get everyone to just come, and I'll just do a quick analysis on EUGU. And I
All right,
think
all
Arafat
right, hold on.
later
Let
on.
me stop recording for a second.